Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Bill Aker Baseball Complex at Friendship Field in Highland Heights, Kentucky. We're glad to have you with us for this Sunday afternoon edition of Horizon League Baseball, brought to you by NKU's The Northerner. My name is Joshua Northcutt, and alongside me this afternoon is my broadcast partner, Jameson Howard. Jameson, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great. The sun's shining, and it's just a beautiful day for some baseball today.
Couldn't say it any better myself, pal. Today, we've got the rubber match in this weekend's three-game series between NKU and Oakland. The Norse took Game 1 on Friday, pulling out a 5-4 win to stretch their victory streak to 6 games, but the streak came to an end yesterday as the Golden Grizzlies rallied for 5 runs in the ninth to take a 9-7 victory in the series at 1 game apiece. Now, Jameson, before we get underway, let's run through the starting lineups for the listeners at home.
Yeah, so for the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, playing right field and batting first is number 3, Trent Rice. Batting second and playing center field is number 5, Taylor Tomlin. Batting third and catching will be number 9, Matthew McGann. Batting fourth and playing shortstop will be number 13, Brandon Nye. Batting fifth and playing left will be number 7, Josh Longer. Batting sixth and playing third will be number 35, Carter Hain. Batting seventh and DHing, number 25, Austin Shuck. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 15, Ben Clark. And batting ninth and playing second, number 1, Sam Griffith.
Do you happen to have the NKU lineup ready for us as well?
Are you ready for it?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Playing center field and batting first, number 3, Tyler Shanifelt. Batting second and playing left field, Logan Davenport. Batting third and playing first, number 26, Gabe Miranda. Playing right field and batting fourth, number 29, Josh Williams. Batting fifth and DHing, number 18, Sam Bond.
We will get to the rest of the lineup right after the national anthem in this quick break. Sorry about that quick break. We had some technical difficulties setting up today, so we weren't able to get started for you. But we're going to finish out the starting lineup for you in our NKU Norse.
Yep, so batting sixth and playing second base, number 10, Marcus Harrison. Batting seventh and catching, number 27, Jake Pollock. Batting eighth and playing third, number 23, Jake Altman. And finally, leading off this order will be batting ninth, number 21, Brennan Rowe. And for the Norse, taking the mound, it's number 16, the southpaw, Gerald Hansen.
You got any information on Gerald Hansen? He's not a normal starter. We had a different little rotation going this series as the ace, unfortunately, was not able to make the start on Friday.
Yeah, so Gerald Hansen, he's started 2 games. Both of them were weekday games, nothing in conference yet. However, in 15 appearances, he's pitched to a 9.99 ERA. However, the stat I think is key for him, 9.2 Ks per 9. So he's a high strikeout guy. However, he does kind of get hit around sometimes, giving up a batting average of 311.
It'll be interesting to see how he handles the Sunday start with the pressure on, as it is a rubber match and a key game for our NKU North as they try to restart a win streak that unfortunately fell apart. Currently right ahead of us right now, Dizzy and the Mav are giving out a nice little award and some notice due to today being Down syndrome awareness game. It's very awesome to see NKU go above and beyond, as they have basically done since Dizzy has become part of the team, and Mav. We'll have a little bit more information on that a little bit later as the teams continue to warm up and get things started. I'll ask you very quickly, Jameson, who's a player maybe to look out for, or a key stat in your mind?
Really, for me, it's not just one player. I think it's the top 3 of this NKU lineup with Shaneyfelt, Miranda, and Harrison going out there today. Really and truly, I mean, I think if all in all, those 3 just really need to get hits and get on base today. As it seems like, my apologies about before, but we had a potential late scratch here, as Davenport's no longer in the lineup, and Nolan Sparks instead will be playing left field today.
That is a big, big situation to watch for and see how the lineup works out as we're about to get underway. Taking to the mound for the first pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Seems to be a habit today that, or this series, that outside corner is the pitcher's favorite spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen different instances of that being called a ball, being called a strike, but today, the first pitch, he was able to get a strike off of it.
However, that's a little far too outside, and the count now moves to 1-1. Again, this is a beautiful day here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex at Friendship Field. Could not ask for better weather.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say something to keep in mind is that pitch is taken for a ball, 2-1. Without Davenport in this lineup, who else are you looking for offense tonight?
I'm thinking it's Miranda. You got to hope he steps up, maybe finds a little bit of a swing, some power. Versus Oakland this year alone, he hasn't doing great. Is that his strike 2 on the outside corner, and the count now moves to 2-2. Set to deliver from the windup very quickly. That ball is hit into left field, but it's a routine fly ball for the left fielder, and he's got it for out number 1.
And just a quick correction about the lineup. So Nolan Sparks will now be batting 7th for the team and playing left, while Marcus Harrison moves up to batting 2nd and playing second base for us.
Trent Rice passes on a little bit of information to Taylor Tomlin as he steps into the batter's box. Currently struggling in this series, going 1 for 7. Hoping to get things right today for him. As he takes ball low for pitch number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this series, you've had some decent scoring games, but really this series has been mostly about the defense and the pitching staff this series, instead of the normal Horizon offense, as that's taken for a ball, 2-0.
Looked a little good, maybe a little high, as you mentioned. 2-0 count now. Hansen trying to find that first strike. Settles in. Working quickly. Gets that strike right there as Taylor Tomlin decides, I'm just watching.
Yeah. And
2-1 count.
Yeah, and like with Hansen, doesn't usually start, but however, last game he was able to go 3 innings of 1 hit, 1 walk baseball, and 3 Ks.
That one gets away from him low and inside. The count moves to 3-1. Taylor Tomlin has 1 walk in this series, so he's looking for maybe a second one if he doesn't get anything to hit. Hansen now settling in. Slowing down just a little bit, taking a deep breath. From the windup. And that's hit hard line straight to the shortstop. Nice play to catch it before it hits the ground for out number 2.
Yeah, all series, Brennan Rowe has been absolutely incredible at shortstop all series long, so it's good to see him get started early.
To be honest with you, it's been the whole left side of the field. Third baseman's also made some great plays, whether it was Altman or yesterday they had a different starter that I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look that up as Matthew McGon now steps up to the plate. He is 3 for 8 on the series with a home run yesterday, and it was a big one. First pitch strike right there that Matthew McGon doesn't look too happy about. Talking to the umpire.
Yeah, and I mean, all series, both sides of the field, or both sides, as that's taken for a ball, I feel like I've been talking to the ump a decent bit and not really the most happy about all the calls.
Definitely been one fan letting the umpires hear, whatever one it is, what he's been thinking about. Settles in 1-1 count. Hansen to deliver. Strike 2 swinging. Nice pinpoint placement there of the breaking ball to move the count to 1-2. Currently 2 outs in the top of the first.
Yeah, and also speaking of it, so yesterday starting third baseman was Harrison, who's currently at second.
Thank you. As that ball is in the dirt, count now moves to 2-2 with 2 outs to 2-2-2.
Yeah, and I think a big thing is when you are starting a typical relief pitcher for NKU, you have to get through these innings quick. You don't want him getting his pitch count up and having to do a full-on bullpen game of multiple guys going out there.
Set to deliver, and that's just low. As now count it goes full 3-2. Hansen cleaning off the mound just a little bit. Maybe didn't like how that last one felt. From the windup. 3-2. Strike 3 gets him swinging, and we will move to the bottom of the first as Oakland puts up 0 and NKU comes to bat. And we're back at Friendship Field. I'm Joshua Northcutt, and with me on the call is Jameson Howard as NKU comes to bat for the first time in a 0-0 ball game. Jameson, who's on the mound today for Oakland?
Yeah, so on the mound today for Oakland is number 18, Tanner Ware, the 6'5", 200-pound pitcher. However, an interesting thing about this guy is the first 2 times we played him, or the first series we played him, he was not a starter for them. He came out of the bullpen twice as the first pitch is on its way and taken for a ball. And against us, he made it through 2 1/3 innings of baseball, 2 hits given up, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So really, 2 good outings against us in total.
As that comes in for a strike there, and the count moves to 1-1. Tyler Shanefeld trying to get something started here for NKU, currently sitting 1 for 8 in the series. So it's going to be important for him also, as I mentioned Miranda, but also him to get things started as a leadoff hitter. As he takes that pitch for strike 2, count now moves to 1-2.
Yeah, in general, obviously you're missing Davenport. You need to replace that offensive production somewhere. So So I'll be curious to see who's able to step up for the Norse. If it is somebody who we're maybe not expecting to.
Set delivers as ball way outside, and the count now moves to 2-2. Takes a deep breath out there to Ware. Looks down at his wrist. Set to deliver. And he gets Shaneyfeld swinging, attempting to check it. Nasty pitch down low. And the Oakland bench letting Shaneyfeld hear it as we are one down now in the bottom of the first.
Yep, and Tanner Ware is a Canton, Ohio native.
Now stepping up to the plate is Marcus Harrison. Went 1 for 2 yesterday with a walk and a home run. So as you mentioned, somebody needing to step up for Davenport being out. He is one who could do it. As he takes strike one on the outside corner. Count moves to 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Harrison's not got the most playing time this season. However, he's looked pretty good this series, especially last game. So hopefully he can be able to carry on that momentum.
As he swings and misses that one in the dirt, count moves to 0-2. A little bit of undiscipline today, unfortunately, so far from NKU's bats to start.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully you see that settle in.
Yeah, I was about to say, it seems like almost all games of the series, the first inning, we've just kind of been just swing happy, wanting to hit everything out of the ballpark.
Side ball is down low, and the count now moves to 1-2. Ware also moving a little bit quickly, and we got time as Harrison needs to tie his shoes and fix his straps on his shin protector.
Yeah.
However, now it's back in the batter's box. Looking for a base knock right here to get things started. Ware looks down at his wrist. Set to deliver. Rocks from the stretch. And his head is just high. Look good to me, but guess that's not going to be a strike today as the count now goes to 2-2. Ware looks a little surprised that wasn't a strike, takes a deep breath as he steps off the back of the mound. Now again to deliver. That's strike 3 swinging. Down goes Marcus Harrison for the second out of the inning. And now stepping up to the plate is Gabe Miranda, who is 1 for 6 in this series. Unfortunately, having 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Didn't get knocked in at least once for a run, but it's been something Oakland has been having his number this year. 10 Ks when facing them.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Miranda has 49 Ks in the season, 10 coming against this one team.
See if we can get things started here as the shift is on the shortstop, playing basically on the bag at second, leaving the third baseman over there by himself on the left side as they've been doing all series. And the delivery. Strike 2. Making quick work right now is Ware. Miranda back there talking to the umpire. Steps out of the batter's box. Turns to the dugout as he says, hey, that's me. Now trying to settle back in here as we got loud noises coming from inside the Oakland dugout. Way outside, though. Count moves to 1-2. Now Gabe settles back into the batter's box. Ware steps back on the mound. Rocks back. Delivers. Ball outside. Count moves to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. NKU looking to get something started with 2 outs right here. Ware takes back to the mound. Rocks. And a pitch. Ball outside. We move the full. Good to see Gabe Bowder back from that 0-2 count.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just watching the ball, making sure he doesn't swing anything here and wasting that bat for NKU.
Ware stares down out in center field. Not sure what he's looking at, but probably just gathering his thoughts a little bit. Standing on deck right now is number 21, Josh Williams. And the pitch gets him swinging and strikes him out. So that will do it as we move through the first very quickly. We have 0-0 ball game. Be sure to stay with us as we'll be back for the second. Back here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex to start the second inning. We're now through the first with a score of 0-0. As first pitch today is taken outside for ball one. I'm Joshua Northcutt, and still with me is Jameson Howard. We'll go a little bit into the series history here shortly if we get a chance between these two teams. As the pitch is thrown and taken high for ball two, count moves to 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Nye this series, he's 1 for 9. However, he did have that big home run in game 1 of the series. But since then, really not be able to get his bat going. Hasn't even drawn a walk yet.
As he takes strike one on the inside corner, count moves to 2-1. So according to NKU's baseball history link, since Dizzy Payton has taken over as manager in 2022, NKU has posted a 12-11 record versus Oakland, as that's taken high for ball 3, and including an impressive 8-3 mark at Bill Aker Baseball Complex at Friendship Field. In the last 10 matchups, 7 have been decided by 4 runs or fewer, and 5 of those 7 being decided by 2 runs or less. As that pitch comes in and fouled far down the right field line, way out of play. Count moves full 3-2. But that's something that's a little bit impressive. We talk about some high-scoring games, low-scoring games, especially high-scoring games in the Horizon League. But the fact that these games are staying so close tells you how evenly these teams are matched despite the record. And the pitch, ball high, and he will take a walk. His Nye does not seem happy about that as he stands in the batter's box, removes his batting equipment, I should say, and starts walking down to first base.
Yeah, he kind of just threw his bat down directly on top of the batter's box and even flip it back to the dugout. So he's definitely not very happy about that result, but guarantee you his team is.
Hey, any way you can get a runner on early in the game is helpful.
Absolutely, as John Longer goes up to the plate. 3 for 6 on the series, my apologies. With 1 hit by pitch, I mean, this guy's been getting on base all series for them.
As that ball is taken way outside. It'll be interesting to see how Hansen throws with a man on first base bouncing around. As that is taken out. Strike one, and the count moves to 1-1. Nye does not have a stolen base in this series. However, is capable of doing so. But with the lefty, you never know. From stretch, as that ball is hitting in front of the mound. Catcher's able to get it and fire him out. Great play there by Pollock to get the first out. But it kind of worked as a sacrifice.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what that goes down in the stat book as a potential sack hit. But when you look at Brandon Nye on the season, he's 14 for 17. That's definitely a big threat and something that the pitcher needs to look out for, even on second base.
Now stepping up is Carter Hain as he looks back at Hansen. Ball in the outside corner. 1-0. I feel like it's going to be very important to get that first pitch strike, as it's been an emphasis in the series and made a difference in quite a few at-bats.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the 9th inning that happened last night, really the big key there was
as that ball's hit hard down there, the right field line and line shot, and that's going to be trouble for NKU. To the wall, going to second and standing easily, and a run will score. Carter Hain with a RBI double there to get Oakland on the board, 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, Carter Hain, 2 for 8 on the season, make it now 3 for 9. That's his also his first extra base hit of the season. Oh, not the season, of the series, my apologies. That's his 11th double of the season.
Again, work from the stretch now, as that is ball high. Stepping up to the plate, number 25, Aiden Shuck. Went 2 for 4 yesterday and was a stat book filler. 2 runs, 2 RBIs, a K, and a double. As he takes strike one low. Not going to lie, looked a little bit low to me, but you know what? We'll take it as the count moves to 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Shuck, he didn't getting at bat in the first game. He did come in as a pinch runner, but like you said yesterday, he was an absolute beast as that's taken for strike 2, 1-2 count.
Hanson now up to 27 pitches. Set to deliver here. Looks back at second. Comes with it. That ball is fouled up and out of play. Count remains 1-2. Currently have a 1-0 ball game. Oakland on top after a RBI double by Carter Hain, who is standing at second currently. Now Henson settling in. And a pitch as he tries to get him to chase, and he does not. Holds off. Count moves to 2-2. Hanson now, after wiping off his hands, gets back on the mound, delivers that pitch, and that ball's foul. Grounded hard, but foul. First base side. In the first series back in March, Aiden Shuck actually went 2 for 7. So sitting at 4 for 11, which is pretty darn good versus a team. Hanson now and the pitch. That ball is ripped far, line drive, and foul.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like early on, Oakland's getting a lot of hard contact, even if it is going foul. Definitely something to look out for after that double. That seems like batters are able to see him.
Should also be mentioned, and Oakland came with a little bit of energy today as a big lead on second base. And a breaking ball. Sorry, not swinging, just looking, officer. Back to the dugout he goes. 2 down. Now stepping up to the plate is Ben Clark, currently 0 for 3 in the series. Did not play yesterday. Struck out twice on Friday. Runner sitting out there on second. Bounces back and forth and throws over. Gets back pretty easily. Making Hanson think about him, though. We mentioned the starting pitching in this series. NKU's has gone 12 in the third, giving up 11 hits, 8 runs, 4 walks, and 8 Ks. As that ball is high on the outside for ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, both pitchers gave up, if I'm not mistaken. Was it 4 runs apiece or was it 5 and 3? Okay. 4 runs apiece. I mean, in most baseball games, that should get your team a win. I mean, both starting pitchers pitched phenomenally, played phenomenal.
That ball's fouled up over our heads.
So really, it's just one of those situations where you've got to put up runs on the board, and I'm pretty sure NKU knows that. It's just a matter of, can you get to these Oakland pitchers, which this series they just haven't been able to.
Hanson now back on the mound. Takes a deep breath, looks back at second. Pitch. Ball high. Count goes 2-1. We've got 2 outs in a 1-0 ball game. Oakland currently in the lead. Hanson looking for that third pitch strike. Set to deliver. As it rips hard line drive out of the reach of the second baseman. That is going to score a run. Oakland takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, only a single right there. That's his 7th RBI of the season for Ben Clark.
You mentioned that, though. Oakland is finding a rhythm of hitting the ball fairly hard.
Yeah. I mean, that right there, only a single, but that was a very hard hit ball that NKU does not want to be seeing right now.
Now stepping up to the plate, the 9-hitter Sam Griffith. So getting this out here and getting out of this inning is crucial. As the ball is hit and pitcher will make the play. And
first baseman fumbles it.
Unfortunately, Miranda drops it. The runner will go to third. So we'll have men on the corners with 2 down for Oakland. And the top of the lineup, Trent Rice stepping to the plate.
Yeah, I mean, that's a play. Goes down as an error. Just pitcher wasn't able to make a great throw. Made Miranda reach for it. Wasn't able to.
I hate to be that guy, but if it hits your glove as a first baseman, I feel like you should make that snag. It'll be interesting to see the box score. As I mentioned, now stepping back up to the plate is Trent Rice. Flew out to the left fielder in his last at bat. Stealing, Pollock fakes throws to see if he can get the runner coming from third. Does not, and that will be a not technically stolen base. I can't think of the term right now.
And no decision. No, what is it? Shoot.
Yeah, I gotta remember what that's called.
I mean, I think right there, after NKU stole third already, you already know Oakland wants to pay him back for that. That's a big swing and a miss to move to 1-1.
Men now sitting on second and third. We have 2 outs in the top of the second. Again, Trent Rice is looking for his first hit in the series. And for NKU's sake, I hope it's not now.
I mean,
Hansen settles in. That is hit, and unfortunately will fall in for his first hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second runner. He's shooting him, and Pollock's letting him go.
Out
but
at
he's
second.
gonna get him out at second. Getting a little bit aggressive on the base path with Trent Rice. However, the runs will count, so we will have a 4-0 lead for the Grizzlies as we go to the bottom of the second. And we're back here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex as NKU had a rough second inning there, but hopes to get some runs here themselves after getting the side struck out in the first. Stepping up is number 29, Josh Williams.
Yeah, I mean, right here, this is kind of do or die time for NKU. Down 4-0, you know what you have to do. Really curious to see what happens in this inning.
From the stretch as that ball is foul off and looks to be out of play and will be. Some fans covering their heads over there not knowing where the baseball was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, after that last inning, I'll be curious to see how long Dizzy allows our starting pitcher, Hansen, stay out there for. But right now, all the focus is on the offense.
Is where it delivers to Williams. Takes that pitch for strike 2, gets up early 0-2 count.
Yeah, I mean, Williams kind of strikeout prone on the season, 44 in total.
As a huge shift is on for Oakland now. The third baseman basically playing where the shortstop is. The shortstop playing where the second base is. That's fouled off the ground and grounded, unfortunately. Third base side.
Yeah, I mean, if
that ball stays fair, that's an easy hit.
I was about to say, if that stays fair, there's a solid chance you can potentially get a double off that because of how far back the third baseman is.
We're now settling in after a great first inning. That ball is hit hard, passes perfectly played third baseman, and it will be out at first, 1 down.
Yeah, it's coming up too bad is number 18. We've not seen him this season. Typically the backup catcher, Sam Bond, will be DHing tonight. He leads teams in hits by pitch on the season. Against Purdue Fort Wayne, he went 2 for 5 with 3 walks.
Looking to be the first base runner for the Norse today. From the stretch, that is strike 1 taken there. Ware looking really good for these first 4 batters.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. He's getting ahead of counts, really not giving them any chance out here.
We're now back on the mound. And that ball's hit hard foul ground left. Dizzy clearly saying fair, joking around.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sam Bond, the big thing with him is only batting .224, however, on-base percentage of .434.
As we talked about with Joey Votto, doesn't matter how you get on base. We just need you to get on base. 0-2 count as that ball's fouled off hard behind her head. Count remains 0-2. Do want to clarify if anybody is scoring at home, that was an error on the pitcher on the throw. Now, Ware settling back in. Ball high. A little bit of an odd stretch there. If you looked, it was almost like a quick pitch. Didn't exactly fully set his body throwing that one. Maybe trying to get the hitter to think as he comes back.
Yeah, I mean, Oakland, we had a few pitchers for Oakland kind of change up how they throw every once in a while.
Ball's hit over there to the third base side. Third baseman chasing after it, but it will be low out of play. And the count will now remain 1-2.
I mean, Sam Bond this season not hit a home run yet, only 2 doubles. Really not that much pop showing up for him in the early goings.
However, just a solid hit here, right here. Even just finding a way on base was crucial in a 4-0 ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Pollock is coming up to bat right after him. And really, I mean, this series, Pollock 0 for 6. He's really due and going to be looking for 1 up here.
As that ball is taken there in the dirt, count moves to 2-0. Or 2-2. Sam making the pitcher work here. Ware back. And the pitch. Is that his hit off the catcher, it looks like, after fouled off. So it'll stay 2-2. The good old tradition, let the catcher gather his thoughts. Walk the ball out to the pitcher. Double check that he's okay. Asking for some more baseballs. Again, the count is sitting here at 2-2. Sam Bond is making this pitcher work.
Yeah, and another thing with Sam Bond, he did not play last series against Oakland at Oakland.
As you mentioned, kind of a rare start. That ball is fouled off. Again, staying alive. Anything close, he is at least fouling off. Where looking out there in right field. Tends to look out there in the outfield quite a bit. Should have also mentioned it is a jam-packed stadium today.
Yeah, absolutely. You have.
As that ball is fouled off again.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You have fans in the bleachers in the left field. You even have people in center field sitting on the hill just enjoying the weather today.
As we mentioned before the game, this has been the best day of weather maybe we've had all season for the NKU. As that is ripped hard and foul down the line. Hunter widely agrees with us as he gives us a thumb up on our call. He is so glad rain is gone. Honestly, I was a little fearful for all of our lives if there would have been more rain any time in the forecast this weekend. Ware now, 2-2. Throws the breaking ball, and that is hit in between the shortstop and third base for NKU's first hit of the at-bat, or I should say of the game. Great at-bat there by Sam Bond.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You've got to make these pitchers work, and he did that to a T. Absolutely phenomenal at-bat.
Now stacking up the man who made a smart play earlier, Jake Pollock. And really, his defense could have been the story of this entire series. Had NKU pulled that off yesterday, he possibly would have won player of the game again, throwing people out at second base every chance he gets.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're going up against a team like Oakland who first pitches the ball, 1-0 count. Going to a team like Oakland, they want to steal, they want to do all this, And with Pollock, he's basically saying, no, we're taking away that aspect of your game, making you earn runs in different ways.
And Oakland actually leads the Horizon League in stolen bases, so it is a big part of their game. As the count now moves to 1-1 as he takes that first pitch, turns, talks to the ref a little bit, or umpire, I should say, a little bit. Now steps back in the batter's box. Rocks. Delivers. That ball's hit up in the air to right field, and the right fielder is camped under it. Routine fly out, second out of the inning for NKU.
Yeah, now coming up to bat is the late addition to the game, the left fielder, Nolan Sparks. I believe, again, the only foreign-born player from Canada that's played offense this season for the Norse.
Currently hitting 2 for 9 in the series, was 1 for 5 yesterday with a run and a K as he swings at the first pitch. Routine ground ball to the third baseman, simple throw over to first, and that will do it. So as we move to the top of the third, it is Oakland 4, Norse 0. Norse baseball is brought to you today by the Northerner. Welcome back. Joshua Northcutt here alongside Jameson Howard. 2 innings are in the books, and the score is 4-0 Oakland. Still plenty of baseball left for the Norse to come back, but a pitching change is being had. Jameson, who we got throwing now?
Yeah, so coming into the game is number 55, Ryan Fearson. He's a senior right-handed pitcher, pitched to a 4.15 ERA, and against Purdue Fort Wayne, he was able to pitch 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, no runs, no hits, and he got his first win of the season, moving up to 1-0.
Hopefully you're able to get some solid innings of work right now, as NKU is currently trailing 4-0 and looking to get things right. NKU has come in as one of the hottest teams in the Horizon League. After starting 0-3 in the month of March, they've won their last 2 series. So this is a crucial game in order to try to extend the series winning streak.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. At this point, weekday games, great, love them, but these are the games that matter the most. You've got to be winning your conference games.
First pitch strike there.
I mean, Fearson on the season averages 9.3 strikeouts per 9 innings, so pretty high strikeout mark for him. Again, small sample size, only 8 2/3 played.
That ball's ripped hard, ground and foul. Count now goes to 0-2. Again, we are sitting at a 4-0 ball game. Oakland leads in the top of the third. Strike 3 swinging. And he tries to say he fouled it off, but umpire disagrees. And he kind of shakes his head a little bit as he walks away. Struck out.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can get a 3-pitch strikeout to begin your outing, I mean, he's feeling good up there. Hopefully we can see this continue.
Now stepping up to the plate for Oakland is Matthew Magon. Struck out as well in his last at-bat. That ball's ripped hard and looks like it's going to be caught by a routine right field. 2 down. Pearson making quick work. Exactly kind of what you want to see out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, Pearson, and up until this point in the season, the most he's ever gone in a game is that 2 innings I was talking about against Fort Wayne. With this speed, I'll be curious to see if maybe he's able to go a bit longer out here.
This first pitch ball. Brandon Nye coming up to the plate, walked and scored in his last at bat. Currently still sitting at 1-9 on the series. As he watches ball 2 come across the plate, we now move to 2-0. Nye steps out, takes a deep breath, looking at his bat, has a few choice words, actually punches it. I think he's kind of getting sick of walking. As that is fouled off just above her head and hits the net. 2-1. It'd be nice, though, for Pearson to be able to get out of this heart of the lineup, sit him down in order.
Yeah, I mean, right now this is the heart of the lineup coming up for Oakland. If you're able to get 3 outs here, really just a phenomenal job. Hopefully you're able to move on to the next.
As that ball hits the center field and looks around, looks up, and that ball is gone for the second time this season or series. Brandon Nye hits an absolute bomb dead center where the center fielder kind of just turns and looks up, hoping it hits the wall, but it will not. Game now moves 5-0 Oakland.
Yeah, and I mean, firstly, shout out to him. That was a wooden bat. I believe the first wooden bat home run we've had this season, so shout out to him. But also, that's Pearson, my apologies. First home run he's given up all season for him.
Again, the game now moves to 5-0 NKU Trails. Now stepping up is number 7, John Longer. Takes that first pitch strike. Important not to let that home run affect him. Kind of just settle in and just keep throwing these strikes. From the windup, and that is going to be hit by the second baseman charging and throws him out at first. But a run does come across for Oakland after a Brandon Nye bombed the center field. So moving to the bottom of the third, it is Oakland 5, Norse coming to bat. We are back at Bill Aker Baseball Complex. I am Joshua Northcutt alongside Jameson Howard as NKU trails currently 5-0. But now's a great time to check in on the Horizon League standings as the final month of baseball approaches. Jameson, where do things stand?
Yeah, so right now, very, very good Wright State team at first. They're 17-3 in conference. NKU kind of in second, 12-8. However, Milwaukee's 11-8. Just played one less game. That's what we're curious to see how that evens out. And then to round out the standings, you have Young's, Purdue, Fort Wayne, and at the bottom standings, Oakland.
Jake Altman steps up to the plate looking to get things started for NKU and this 5-0 Oakland lead. Third baseman playing in a little bit, looking for potentially a bunt. However, Altman takes that first pitch ball, 1-0. Still on the mound right now is the starter for Oakland.
Yeah, I mean, Tanner Ware has just been absolutely electric this game for them. Giving up one single, but besides that, has played nearly flawless game of baseball. However, 2-0 count now for Altman.
Hopefully we just did a nice little announcer's jinx. Altman steps back in the batter's boxes. Ware throws from a stretch. Finds that first pitch strike. Count moves to 2-1. Altman in the series is 2 for 4, went 1 for 1 yesterday off the bench. Ware now steps in. The ball foul and out of play. Count goes 2-2. Also should be mentioned, Jake on Friday went 1 for 3 with one run and 1 ribby, and came into the series going 1 for 6 versus Oakland in Oakland. Where now delivers the pitch. That ball's fouled off towards the NKU dugout. Count remains 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, just by his posture and what he just did there, he wants that pitch back. He's pointing to it. He said that should have been mine.
Reminder coming up for NKU on deck is Brennan Rowe. As he takes ball 3, pounds his chest a little bit as he looks back at the dugout.
Yeah, I mean, good eye right there. Now you have a full count, 3-2.
Looking to find another runner on base here. Be only the second of the game for NKU. And that is hit hard but bound. Beautiful play by the pitcher. Runs over, throws it underhand to the first baseman, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, for Altman there, obviously not the result you want, but he absolutely battled up there. And really, I mean, he just hit into one spot you can't hit it. But besides that, though, brilliant at-bat by the third baseman.
Now stepping up is number 21, Brennan Rowe. Went 2 for 4 yesterday with a run, 2 RBIs, and a home run. Could use one of those right now. Where from the stretch, bounces one in the dirt, and count goes to 1-0. Rowe also had a home run in the series in Oakland, so he has the pop. Where back. Quick work as that ball is ripped into the gap, and it gets down. It's at least one, going for 2, and standing up very easily is Brennan Rowe. The first batter to reach second base for NKU. As the top of the lineup now will come up.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly where you want to be for NKU. Only one out. You have Schoenfeld up to bat now with a runner in scoring position for him.
It should be mentioned when we talk key stats, left on base has been huge in this series. As you pointed out yesterday, it was sitting at 5, and I said, oh, it wasn't a bit of a worry. It moved to 9 by the time the game ended, and they've had 17 left on base this series alone.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's the first pitch. Comes in, and Schoenfeld squares the bunt but pulls it back for a ball, 1-0. A big thing is when you are not scoring people, especially at that rate that NKU was, especially yesterday, it was much worse than game 1. Really, it's just not what you want to see. And as a coach, definitely Dizzy is addressing that in the locker room prior to the game.
That's where it sets that delivery, and the count moves to 1-1 as Tyler Schoenfeld swings and misses. Should also be said that Oakland has only left 7 on base in this series. Schoenfeld back in. Ware looks back at second base, squares the bunt, doesn't. It gets past the ball and will take third base. Will Brendan Rowe, so 90 feet closer to that first run.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be curious to see if they play in even more now, as it looks like slightly the first and third baseman will play in order to avoid that sack bunt now by Schoenfeld.
And with Schoenfeld's speed, there won't even be a sack bunt. You got to make that play and make that throw. Ware delivers. Breaking ball taken there. Ball 3. Hitters count right here, so Schoenfeld knows he's got to bring him probably the fastball. That runner on third doesn't mean much to Oakland right now as they lead 5-0.
No, right now, if you're NKU, you need runs in succession. One will not cut it at this point.
Where takes that. Ball 4 for Schoenfeld. So there will be men on the corners. As number 10, Marcus Harrison steps up to the plate. Had a bomb yesterday. Could use one today. Struck out in his last time at bat as they struck out the side in that first inning.
Yeah, I mean, for Harrison, really he came into the series on a slight bit of a slump, going 0-7 last series. So it's good to see him last game kind of getting his rhythm back on, and hopefully we can continue that into tonight.
Ware steps off and throws it over to first base, just trying to keep Schoenfeld close because he will probably be looking to steal here to take the double play away, but also get 90 feet closer to making this a 5-2 ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Schoenfeld has a big lead off first right now.
Not going on this one as that ball is ripped hard into left field, but directly to the left fielder. Runner from third will score, no throw, keeping Shaneyfield at first. But the first run does come across for NKU, and we now have a 5-1 ball game.
The first baseman, number 26, Gabe Miranda.
Now stepping up is Gabe Miranda, I apologize. Kind of in a slump right now, going 1 for 7 in the series alone on the year. He's 4 of 22. Struck out in every single game.
Yeah, and I mean, this is, in a way, continuing from last year. He's only going 4 for 15 against Fort Wayne.
That ball's hit up, and it looks like the shortstop will be under it for a simple can of corn, but the wind is playing a little bit of fit, and he still will end up catching it to end the inning, throws the ball back into the infield behind his back, and things are now settled in through 3. We got Oakland 5, NKU 1, moving to the top of the 4th. One-third of the way through here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex on NKU's campus, and we're moving right along with a score of Oakland 5, NKU 1. Quick pitch right there is bunted at and not made contact. Count goes to 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, Carter Hayne up here to bat right now. Hit a very, very hard hit ball for a double first time up. Scored a run on that and also had an RBI. Curious to see if he's able to continue that, as that's fouled back hard for an 0-2 count.
Again, we have a 5-1 ball game as we have gotten here watching Oakland put up 4 in the second, 1 in the third after a beautiful shot by Brandon Nye, showing his power again in this series.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can hit 2 home runs in one series to dead center field 400 feet. Got to give props to the guy.
Settled in. Ball's fouled off again, and the count now moves to 1-2. Still on the mound is Pearson. Hoping to see him make some quick work here.
Yeah, I mean, besides that home run given up, pitched a brilliant inning last time out, as that moves to 2-2 now with the ball.
Quickly, though, steps back on the mound. Howard steps off, looks down at his wrist, and now back to do some work. Again, counts 2-2. Fouled the ball off.
As it hit the NKU radar gun right behind home plate.
Looks to be in one piece, though. Still okay. Good at bat here right now by Carter Hayne, who's sitting at 3 for 9 now in the series after that double. Ball 3 there. Count goes 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you've worked an 0-2 count to a full count now. Just brilliant job looking for his pitch specifically.
So that ball is hit hard foul line. Count remains 3-2. Currently no outs in the top of the 4th. 5-1 ball game. Oakland leads. Pearson hoping to allow no runs this inning for the first time as that ball is hit into left field. Left fielder goes back to the wall and makes the grab for out number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was right against the wall. Kind of gave me a scare there, luckily, though. It was just short of the home run.
Now stepping in is Aiden Shuck. Struck out looking last time and was not happy about it. Pearson delivers. Breaking ball taken for ball 1. Not getting the high pitch today. That is one thing I have noticed. So unlike last game, this strike zone seems a little shrunk. As that one is called strike. Calling the low, not calling the high. Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, again, part of being a pitcher, even being a catcher, you have to recognize what he's calling a ball, what he's calling a strike, and make sure that you adjust your zone accordingly. As that's taken ball 2, 1 and 2.
Nope, strike.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, strike. My apologies.
You're good. You're good. 1-2. 1 out. Quick wind up. Count moves 2-2. It's kind of interesting as we noticed from calling the first game as well. The relievers seem to work a lot faster than the starters. He's in there, he gets the ball, and he's throwing it within maybe 5-6 seconds of getting it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's – and 4, that ball was fouled back. Count stays 2-2. I believe that's the first time he's taken the bat off his shoulder this at-bat. But yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely about speed for these guys. They want to get through their innings as quickly as possible, it seems.
2-2, 2 outs. As he swings and misses, strike 3 for the second out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 15, Ben Clark.
Now stepping up is Ben Clark. He ripped a single to right field and scored later. It was one of those things where this bottom part of the lineup has come up big for Oakland to start the game, and you hope to see that from NKU later on. As that pitch comes in, ball, count goes 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very valuable when your bottom of the lineup shows up. And even for NKU, we looked at the first 2 games of the series. It's been more of the bottom of the lineups that swung on and missed.
Beautiful,
1-1.
beautiful breaking ball, I should say.
Yes, absolutely.
1-1, 2 outs.
I mean, if you can establish dominance with that ball low, very, very difficult for batters to catch up to it.
That ball's hit up. Pitcher calls for it. Catcher cannot see it. Third baseman's coming in. Pitcher's coming in and not able to get it.
Yeah, and for the catcher, he just lost it in the sun. It looks like that's what he's telling the coach right now, looking into the umpire or looking to the dugout.
A little interesting he didn't take it off his mask, though.
Yeah, see, that's what I noticed was he never ripped it off, kind of did the classic throw it away somewhere and then go try and hunt it.
But then again, if you don't know where that ball is, maybe keeping the helmet on isn't a bad idea. As the count now goes to 1-2, 2 outs.
But absolutely. But one thing you don't really want to see is the pitcher running out there and trying to slide for it instead.
A pitch grounded hard to the third baseman, grounds from his knee, and
There we
throws
go.
him out first. Nicely done for only the second 1-2-3 inning and scoreless inning. We will now move to the bottom of the 4. Oakland still leads 5-1. You are listening to NKU Baseball, thanks to the Northerner. And we're back in a 5-1 ball game in the bottom of the fourth as Josh Williams steps up to the plate. He grounded out hard to third baseman last time out.
Yeah, I mean, for Josh Williams.
As he swings and misses strike one.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Williams coming to the game, only one hit on the series. Definitely want to try and get that up. Want to try and get another base knock here.
And he's a big part of the team. He's got the power. He's got the pop. He's got 2 grand slams on the year. So he's able to do it. So just finding a gap somewhere, which is not going to be on the right side of the field, as, again, they have done all series. Oakland has the big shift on. Shortstop playing basically right of the second base, and the second baseman playing in the outfield. Fouled off his leg, and the count now moves to 1-2. Should also be emphasized, Josh Williams is second in the Horizon League in RBIs. So when the runners get on, he's able to knock them in, and was the March 12th batter of the week in the Horizon League. Yeah,
I mean, absolutely. Taking that 4 spot when you have such high-powered offense in 1 through 3, big help for that.
As that ball is hit to left field, and it's going to be a problem. Left fielder going back, and just foul. That one was a shot that just went foul. So after nearly touching second base before the left fielder got there, he will have to come back and try to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, that ball was probably 2 feet past the foul pole there. Just absolutely brilliant hit by Williams there.
A little bit quicker, and he's probably standing on third base.
Yeah.
Josh Williams now settles back in. Currently 1-2 count. Ware back on the mound. That is also now hit to the left side of the field, but playable for the third baseman and will be out number 1.
Yeah, I mean, just a simple pop up there for the third baseman. Is now coming up to bat is number 18, Sam Bond, the DH. The only one of only 2 Norse to get a hit tonight. And the
excellent at bat in the first time up. Excellent bat in the first time up, making the pitcher work. Is where it currently sits at 56 pitches through 3 1/3. First pitch strike taken.
Yeah, I mean, if you're NKU, you have a pitcher absolutely dealing right now. But if you can get that pitch count up, hopefully tire out his arm a bit, you can get to him a bit easier than you are right now.
And the delivery is ball 1. Not to go back and re-emphasize left on base, but it was a stat that kind of blew my mind when looking it up again. They left 28 in the 3 games in Oakland. So this series combined, they've now left 45 players on base. Set to deliver. As that ball is hit into the gap, center fielder coming over to try to make the play, and will do it. Caught over there in right center.
I mean, good piece of hitting, just a tiny bit more pop, and that thing's going straight down into the gap for a double. But yeah, no, I mean, it's when you're leaving 45 people on base in what's now been 5 games of a series, is that including tonight?
No, they have left nobody on base today. So
okay. But yeah, I mean, that's just not what you want to see, and hopefully NKU is able to fix that and hopefully get a few more runs across today. Because with this lineup, you should be able to get base runners.
As a ball is taken high, count goes to 1-0. Jake Pollock is currently at the plate. Ware back on the mound. Rocks from his stretch. Strike taken. 1-1. Currently 2 outs right now in the bottom of the 4th. We have a 5-1 ball game as Oakland is leading. Pollock steps back into the plate. Ball on the outside, count moves to 2-1. Pollock still looking for his first hit in the series, currently sitting at 0-7. Has walked twice, though.
Yeah, I mean, for Pollock, we need his bat going, especially with as it's taken ball 3-1 count. Really just need his bat to start working. I mean, again, without Davenport, you need somebody to step up, have a few big hits. Would not be surprised if Pollock can be that person.
Definitely going to get a pitch right here to hit. as there's a wide open gap in center as the center fielder is playing over to the right. Takes that. Count moves to full. We got a 3-2 count, 2 outs. 5-1 ball game. Jake now steps back into the batter's box. Ware sets the delivery. As he walks, and Oakland does not agree with it, as they thought that was strike 3, as I'm sure you could hear that cheer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a great pitch. That was a 50-50 right there. Just umpire decided to give it to NKU instead of Oakland.
Now coming up is Nolan Sparks. He grounded out to the third baseman. Ware trying to make quick work. 2 outs, man on first. Ball taken on the outside. Count goes to 1-0. Sparks stands out of his bat. Steps now back into the batter's box. Ware looking out there in center field.
I mean, for NKU, they're making Ware throw a lot more pitches now than before, making him work for it. That's taken ball 2, 2-0. And
So,
really, oh, my
tell
bad.
you, after walking that first batter, or I should say walking the last batter and throwing 2 straight balls here, I'm not swinging until he throws me a strike.
No, absolutely not.
Where it takes a little bit longer off the mound as he now sets from the stretch. A ball's hit to center field, and it's going back. Center fielder turns, looks up, and that ball is gone. Sent to Valhalla, and it is a 5-3 ball game as Brendan Sparks.
Nolan.
Nolan Sparks, thank you very much. Hits his home run and celebration at home plate. We have a 5-3 ball game.
Yeah, I mean, just a brilliant hit there for his 4th of the season. Was able to get one that he liked, bombed it straight to center field, and the center fielder knew it.
The third baseman, number 23, Jake Altman.
Now stepping up further north is Jake Altman.
Yeah, I mean, I do find it kind of interesting, though. After that walk and bomb, you did not have a mound visit. The catcher decided to kind of wait just a tiny bit longer, though, before visiting.
Be interesting to see how he now settles back in as that is ripped first pitch and fair down the first base line. He's going, taking 1, going for 2, and will be looking 3 and held up by Dizzy. But a stand-up double, cell phone celebration, calls over to the dugout and puts his cell phone away. We have 5-3, and the tying run coming to the plate is Brennan Rowe.
Yeah, I mean, right there, just bombed it past the first baseman, made the right fielder have to go and make the play on it, was able to get a stand-up double.
That's absolutely big in this situation, too, because you're now getting the 9-hitter coming to the plate, and you can never overemphasize getting the top of the lineup coming up just in case. But Brennan Rowe might have other plans, as he currently sits 4 for 8 in the series with a home run himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brennan Rowe, he's already showed this series that he has the pop to go yard. We'll be curious to see if he's able to do it.
Count goes 1-0.
So, I mean, you can make this a new ball game with one swing of the bat.
Absolutely. Runner standing on second. Take strike 1. Count goes 1-1.
I mean, for this Oakland pitcher, he's definitely working just a tad bit slower now. Bit cautious on the mound, it seems, as he's up to 69 pitches through 3 2/3 inning.
Looks back at second and delivers. As that ball is hit hard, but played perfectly by the second baseman who was holding on the runner, and that will do it. But 2 come across for the Norse, as it is now 5-3, moving to the top of the 5th. Joshua Northcutt here, joined by Jameson Howard, as we're now through 4 here at Friendship Field. Partner, let's take a quick trip around the league and check in on today's Horizon League scores.
Yeah, I mean, right now, top of the 4th inning, Wright State leads Milwaukee 5-0. Wright State's going for the series win, currently tied up at 1 apiece. And then going over to Purdue-Fort Wayne, they lead Youngstown 2-0, top of the 4th.
Stepping up to the plate is the 9-hitter, Sam Griffith. Reached on an error and scored in his last at-bat. Again, we have a 5-3 ball game after a 2-run bomb by NKU's Nolan Sparks.
Yep.
Yes, got it right this time.
I'm surprised you didn't make the spark pun after he did that.
That was a layup. Absolute layup, and I didn't do it.
I would have given you credit for that one.
Dad joke fail.
That's taken for another ball, 3-0 count now.
Got to throw a strike right here.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first 3-0 count that this pitcher has faced today.
As he throws that strike. Hitter looked like he was trying to call for time. Turned around, talked to the umpire a little bit, but did not get it. Getting 3-1 count. Pearson sets in to deliver. That's hit hard, but foul.
Barely just foul right there.
Tell you what, if that's fair, he's probably standing on third base.
Yeah, I could see you have a big shift going on in left field with the left fielder practically playing left center instead of left.
Count now sits at full 3-2. Pearson in his 3rd inning of work. It'd be big if he could get through this one. As he throws the breaking ball and gets the fly ball, left fielder coming over, center fielder coming over. Center fielder calls him off and gets the out for number 1.
Yeah, I mean, just an easy routine pop-up there for the center fielder. Just had to move a few feet to get it.
Now stepping up is the leadoff hitter, Trent Rice. He is 1 for 2 today, reaching on a single in his last at-bat, but thrown out at second by Jake Pollock.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of try to get aggressive there as that's taken for ball 1. Try to get aggressive, try to catch NKU lacking, but however, Jake Pollock was right there ready for it.
Fans letting the umpire hear it a little bit. As that's strike 2, or strike 1, 1-1. Pearson making very good work right now. As he quickly releases it, throws the breaking ball, freezing Trent Rice there. Count goes to 1-2. Rice is a little upset about that one.
Yeah, I mean,
beautiful pitch.
Yeah, Rice is coming into this at bat 1 for 2, but with 2 RBIs on the day.
So that's in the dirt. Count goes 2-2. Pearson now back on. Throw from a windup stretch. Very interesting. Or it looks like a windup, but basically is the stretch movement. Count goes full now, 3-2. Don't want to lose him here. Especially with Taylor Tomlin sitting on deck. As that ball is fouled off towards the Oakland dugout. Count remains 3-2. Again, 5-3 ball game here as Oakland jumped out early to a 5-0 lead, but the last 2 innings, NKU was able to battle back, putting up 3. Pearson ready to set back in. Breaking ball and does not get it. Trent Rice upset. I will tell you right now, I've never seen a team so upset about walking, but they want to swing the bat. I will give Oakland credit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They're just, every time they walk, it seems like they're throwing down the bat, very pissed off by the look on their faces.
Trent Rice is one to absolutely steal. And maybe the frustration comes from only having 1 hit in the series, as he was 1 for 8. Now is Tomlin.
Immediately checks on him, make sure he doesn't try anything.
Got to keep him close. Tomlin is 0 for 2 as he has lined out to the shortstop and struck out.
Hold up. Umpire's talking to the pitcher here. As he gives out warnings for something, unable to hear what exactly.
That is taken for a ball. Count goes 1-0. So what was the warning about?
Yeah.
got to be looking at him. Makes sense. Game count goes 1-0, throws over. Back in time.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if NKU maybe even tries to pitch out here, try and get him out, which is not something we've seen all series from either team.
Taylor Tomlin comes into this bat at 1 for 9, 0 for 2 again on the day. And it looked like he got him, but he back just in time. Fans now letting the first base umpire hear it.
Yeah, I mean, big lead off first every time that he's throwing it back. Makes sense why he's checking in on him. There's another pickoff.
Back in time again. He's definitely playing with him out there. And it's interesting to note Trent Rice, his first in caught stealing when it comes to Horizon League. So he does love the run, but he's also caught quite a bit. Set to deliver. Ball in the dirt. It is a big bounce off out there as the count moves to 2-0. Trent Rice absolutely making Pearson think.
I will say, I'll be curious to see if at one of these throws over, if he's able to just take off and steal second like we saw twice yesterday.
Back to the run again. Count remains 2-0, 1 out. Looking for that pitcher-friendly ground ball to turn to double play, but it will not be easy as Taylor Tomlin also has some speed. Currently 5th in the Horizon League in batting average. Ball in the dirt again. Pollock blocks it, can't find it, but ends up finding it. Count now moves to 3-0. You got to think that Trent Rice is doing what he needs to do here. Make him think about it. We're a little bit worried about him instead of the hitter. And now the count, again, is 3-0.
Yeah, and I mean, those last two pitches, both of them into the dirt, really not competitive pitches whatsoever for the batter.
As that comes across for strike one, Tomlin took a step towards first base, but umpire says, nah, come back to the batter's box. We got a 3-1 count.
Yeah, I mean, right here, I find it interesting. He's not taking off yet.
Throws over. Definitely doing everything he can to keep him close.
Yeah, but at a certain point, you have to wonder if mentally if he's losing focus on the batter because of all this.
And this is not one you want to lose focus on, as Matthew McGann is stepping up to the plate next and gets the call strike two. We go full.
Do you think you see the guy on first take off right now?
I do. I think they've actually done it quite a bit. A little hit and run action. He can easily get first to third or possibly steal. Trent Rice again forced to go back the first. Takes even a bigger lead. He's definitely going on this one. Settles in. Pitch, and he's off. And the ball is fouled. They're yelling to get back. Is he going to get back in time?
This catch is not made by the looks of it.
No. From the looks of everybody's reaction and Taylor Tomlin staying in, that's always the dead territory, as we like to call it, because can't see past that dugout over there with NKU. Count remains full, 3-2, 1 out. Pearson needing to deliver. Umpire again talking to Pearson, saying he needs to put the ball in play. Fans getting a little bit frustrated with the umpire. As the breaking ball is thrown, looking for it, getting over. And Gabe will come up with it as Miranda catches it in foul territory, and now will be 2 down.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of curious there. The umpire's saying, hey, put the ball in play, actually pitch the baseball. There's no rule in NCAA saying that you can't throw over to first as much as you want. So I'll be curious if the umpire would have kind of taken it into his own hands if he had to there.
Now Matthew McGann steps up to the plate, having an excellent series, but a rough day today, going 0 for 2. Deliver. As that ball is lined to the right field and caught by the right fielder. Beautiful job there. That looked to be trouble, but settled in. And now we will move to the bottom of 5. Oakland 5, NKU 3, and we'll have more for you coming up after the break. And we're coming to the bottom of the fifth with the heart of the lineup and the top of the lineup coming up. Tyler Shaneyfeld leading it off for NKU in a 5-3 ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Shaneyfeld right up here. He gets hit first pitch. I was about to say, top of the order, the only ones who've been on base is Shaneyfeld with a walk, but he gets on base again. Now this is really massive. I mean, Harrison and Miranda, both of which really not been having the best days, neither of which have a hit. Would love to see Harrison get a hold of one right here, though.
It'll all be interesting to see as well if maybe you can use Davenport. If there's nothing wrong with him, just maybe got an off day using his bat off the bench. This pitcher set to deliver ball one.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see here if Shaneyfeld gets in motion at any point during this at-bat.
Something tells me he definitely will.
Yeah,
Count goes 1-0.
Yeah, I found it interesting last time up. Really did not go for a steal or anything.
Where now from the stretch?
That's off. Oh, Shaneyfeld acts like he's going to run off of it.
Count goes 1-1. It's one of those jumping leads. Just in case you get a pass ball or anything like that, you can easily take second. Make the catcher think about it too. Think about throwing down. As Ware stares hard over at Shaneyfeld. Wind picking up a little bit. As that ball is ripped, lined into left field, and sliding catch by the left fielder for out number one.
Yeah, I mean, just good play right there. Stayed with the ball, was able to get the catch.
Harrison's enjoying hitting the ball out there to left field, as that's the second time he has flown out to the left fielder. But stepping up to the plate is Gabe Miranda, and it would be awesome to see him send one to Valhalla and tie this one up.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Miranda this series, and really, again, like Oakland, we keep on harping on, just not been able to get it done with the bat as much as he has other games. Shaneyfeld doesn't even slide home, just walks back.
I'm going to say Ware, just a lob pass over there to the first baseman. Shaneyfeld takes a little bit bigger lead. Ware throws over again. Kind of close to a balk. I know with the lefty it's always hard to tell when, but it looked like he was coming home. Had me fooled if I was standing on first base.
Yeah, I mean, I find it interesting. Both times he's thrown over again, Shaneyfeld has not slid back yet. He just kind of walked back casually.
As he makes quick work, finally he comes home, and the count now goes 1-0. Tell you what, though, I know you want to keep an eye on Shaneyfeld, especially in only a 2-run game, but Miranda is not one to ignore at the plate.
No, not at all. I mean, again, the guy, if he gets a hold of one, can hit it out. The Shaneyfeld check over again on him, slides back to safe.
Count is currently 1-0, and the least shifted Oakland at bat, or I should say Miranda at bat. Shortstop still playing close to second base, but not all the way over.
Oh, he calls a balk,
yeah.
It looks like. And as Shaneyfeld's now standing on second, first balk of the series, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Count stays 0-1 or 1-0, it looks like.
Yes, it should be 1-0 because that pitch should not count. Yes.
Yep, 1-0. He's just confirming with everybody. Scoreboard still does say, there we go, now they're resetting the scoreboard. I mean, I think that's one of the risks you have if you keep on checking on players and stuff, is you do. Shaneyfeld dances around on second. Big swing. As that's now 1-1.
Yeah, scoreboard currently has it at 0-2, but it is 1-1. Where kind of just taking his time, slowing things down a little bit. Looks back at Shaneyfeld as he bounces and gives back. I will say Ware looks a little bit uncomfortable. Currently sitting with one down for NKU. Miranda trying to get Shaneyfeld at least over to third, if not in.
Yeah, I mean, even with a single here, Shaneyfeld has the speed to get back. There's another check, and Shaneyfeld's safe at second.
I'm telling you right now, the pitcher is very, very concentrated on Shaneyfeld. If he leaves one over for Miranda, this is going to be a tied ball game. Miranda is absolutely due. In the delivery. Ball on the outside, count goes 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, this is potentially similar to what happened to NKU, where you kind of lose control of your pitches some, you're focusing more on the runner than the batter.
Shannonfield taking a lead off. Shortstop holding him close. Lead about as far as the shortstop's playing, so it's not crazy. Bounces back and forth, and that ball is ripped into the gap and is going to fall in there to the right center field. Shannonfield will score easy. Miranda on to second, standing up for a double celebration and a little bit of salute punch as the game is now 5-4 Oakland.
Yeah, I mean, just brilliant piece of hitting there. Like we kept on talking about, if you leave anything for Miranda, he can hit it into the gap right there. Just brilliant piece of hitting for the double.
Now stacking up to the plate is Josh Williams, who has been a killer coming into this series. Went 7 for 12, 8 RBIs, 2 home runs in Oakland, but currently sitting at 1 for 9. Talk about another batter who is due.
Yeah, I mean, right now the first mound game of the visit for either team, I believe, actually, going on right now. Is it's just the catcher and the pitcher staying with one another as the umpire comes out to tell them to break it up.
You got to think with the whole situation, especially how well Josh Williams sees the ball. You have to think about maybe walking here, letting them just take the base and try to set up a double play for the next player at bat, who would be
Sam Bond.
It's something to think about. It is something to think about.
Well, also, I mean, the thing is, if you do walk Williams, you do have the double play in order now instead of having to, except right now, unlike right now where you have just a guy on second, really double play is not in play.
As the ball is fouled off. Oakland playing the shift, 3 players to the right of second base. Shortstop holding the runner on. Third baseman playing a little bit in. Miranda isn't the fastest player, but he's decisively sneaky fast is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Words are hard sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, only 10 stolen bases on the season, but 10 for 12, pretty good average out there.
But just with the way the infield has shifted, possibly taking off running here is a possibility as the count goes 1-1, the ball in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a hit and run here from NKU as time is called. And it looks like the coach might have seen enough from the pitcher today, as you do have number 11 by the looks of it warming up in the Oakland pen. We'll be curious to see if they make the call over to him.
I definitely believe he will, as Brian Nelson makes his way out. He is currently the interim head coach as of July of last year, serving as assistant till 2024, and became the director of the program operations. He receives a lot of credit for Oakland's historic recruiting class in 21-22, and a lot of these players are Oakland Golden Grizzlies due to him. So it does look like a change is being made.
Also, talking about Davenport, talking about him being a late scratch, at 11:40, Dizzy made the call to go in and scratch him from the lineup and put Nolan Sparks in there as well. You really don't get much later than 20 minutes before first pitch.
That is very true, as we have a 5-4 ball game and a pitching change will be had. So we will take a quick break and be right back with you, letting you know who is coming in. And we're back as there's one out in the bottom of the 5th in a 5-4 ball game. NKU already got 1 run across, looking for more damage. So Oakland is making the pitching change. So, Jameson, who is in?
Yeah, so coming in, number 40, Ryan Donnelly, standing in at 6'4", really pitched pretty good against this earlier the series on Friday. Went 2 innings, 2 hits given up, 1 run. and no walks and 1 strikeout. So really, I mean, a pretty good outing there. However, he is working with an inherited count of 1-1 and with Miranda at second, which not the easiest situation to step into.
It's interesting that this situation keeps happening because this isn't the first time that the managers have brought in a pitcher to take over a count. Because you got to think, with the lefty-lefty matchup, why not bring him in right away?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing that I never understand is, I mean, that's just an added pressure to your relief pitcher if you're coming in. Instead of being 0-0 or even 0-1, that ball is massive for them. As Dizzy heads back to his spot at third base.
Again, the count will be 1-1. Josh Williams stepping back into the batter's box. 1 out. Gabe Miranda standing on second base is the tying run. But Josh Williams may be having a little bit more on his mind of possibly tying this one up with 1 swing of the bat.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. 12 home runs on the season. If he gets a hold of 1, absolutely could knock 1 out. And I think okay.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought something was about to happen. He slugs this third highest percentage with 601 of the team.
Gotcha. As the pitch is delivered and is ripped hard off the pitcher into the gap. And Gabe Miranda is going to round. And he throws the third baseman going home.
Safe.
Gabe is in there, and we have a tied ball game.
Yeah, I mean, first pitch, though, as a pitcher, getting it straight off your leg, definitely not a good feeling. However, it bounces perfectly where it gets into the gap, and Miranda, close play at the plate, but he's able to be safe. As that's now a tied ball game, 5-5.
We got a brand new ball game, folks. As you mentioned, 5-5 here. And the bottom of the 5, 2 runs across for NKU, but damage still possibly to be done. As the pitcher does look to be okay. A runner's off. Josh Williams is going to be in there. Sneaky stolen base.
Yeah, I mean, Williams, we've talked about this all series. Really not a big base deal. I believe that's only his 2nd of the season. So it's good to see him get going.
Bond now with a 1-0 count. So it's back into the batter's box. Donnelly trying to settle in. Looks back at Williams. Ball 2. Count goes 2-0. As you mentioned, you got to think maybe how it affected Donnelly. And now he's got a situation where he is the lead has disappeared. He's got to just try to hold on to a tie. But the leading run's sitting at 180 feet away.
Yeah, exactly. And with Williams, again, he's not the fastest guy, but as we saw there, he can definitely move if he needs to.
As that is ripped hard line to the left fielder, and in front of him will drop.
As
Dizzy
Williams
is going to
third.
hold him.
Oh, never mind.
Nah, he wanted to go, but Dizzy said, nah, get back, get back. So Bond will stand on first.
Yep.
Williams is on third, and stepping up to the plate is Jake Pollock.
Yeah, and I think really the big thing that happened right there, and the reason why he had to hold up, is he had to look a second, make sure that ball was actually going to get down before he could take off for it.
Pollock walked in his last at back and flew out to the right fielder in his first. So he's sitting 0 for 1 for today. Still looking for his first hit in the series as he's 0 for 7, but has been able to reach base 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Pollock gives you. 396 on base percentage.
Looked squared around the bunt, making the pitcher think a little bit. Third baseman charging a little bit. Interesting to see what happens. Should be mentioned, though, Jake Pollock leads the Horizon League in double plays, which absolutely Oakland is looking for here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have the most speed at first with Sam Bond right there.
Donnelly again throws over.
Yeah, you have to wonder here if at this point, maybe trying to get another pitcher warmed up, kind of just doing a few throws to get that.
Looks like someone's stretching, but not quite warming up just yet. As again, we have a 5-5 ball game in the bottom of 5. Pollock again squares around to look like he's going to bunt and fouls that one off.
Yeah, I mean, all season, or all series, my apologies, the bunt's really not been there for NKU. Having a hard time get that one down.
Well, when you got a hard-throwing lefty, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do as personal experience. That's the one thing I was able to do as a kid playing ball. I could bunt, but it's not easy.
As another check down at first.
It's interesting, though, that they're going to have him bunt. I wonder if it's just to get the runner to second, or if they think that they can do not so much squeeze, but make them think about it. It's a interesting play.
Yeah, for sure.
As he scores around the bunt and misses, Bond is off, and he's
Out. Oh,
no,
safe.
he's in there.
Whoa, that's a interesting call there by the umpire. Seemed like he was out by a few feet. And out comes the manager to seemingly challenge that.
As he walks out, silence goes over the crowd.
Yep, immediate challenge. I'll be curious to hear. I mean, again, we just got word before there's really not that great of cameras out here in order to see this type of stuff. So I'll be curious to see what happens.
I will say, if it is the camera right directly in front of our face, they should be able to see it. But I think he did get in there due to the bad throw.
Interesting.
If I'm looking back at it. But we will quickly find out as hopefully, I shouldn't say quickly, as the reviews have taken quite a bit of time so far in this series.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if the Jeopardy music will be coming on for this one or not.
As of right now, it's just what's going on. And I do want to know what is going on, as that is a very big situation out there. As
Very
there will be
much
either
so.
a second out at second, or it will be runners one out, second and third.
I will say, something I wish all other sports will implement, I understand why you can't, is in the UFL where you can like hear the referees talking while they're reviewing calls and stuff. Would absolutely love that in other sports.
I 100% agree, and I kind of wonder why you actually can't do that in other sports, especially in a day of technology where a lot of people think with gambling going on, the game could be fixed and rigged. Why not hear what the refs are saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Donnelly sitting there talking to the catcher and a little bit to Pollock, but just kind of floating around as we're waiting to hear what happens.
Yeah.
Infield just chilling back there on second base, talking to the second base umpire.
And it looks like Donnelly's going to get a few throws in while they wait for the umpire crew to come out.
As you mentioned, he is not a small dude. He stands at 6'4".
6'4", 6'5", yeah.
And then he's on the mound. You add another inch or two.
Yes.
That is not a small dude on the mound.
No, absolutely not. Was the guy yesterday 6'5" standing on the mound? That was very intimidating as a batter, I feel.
And you know, with this little break going on, I'll go ahead and try to bring up. So today is the Down Syndrome Awareness Game. NKU baseball team has taken part in the Down Syndrome Association's annual Buddy Walk for over a decade, and the connection is highlighted in today's Down Syndrome Awareness Game. But the ties to Down syndrome go even deeper, as Ryan Mav, who has Down syndrome, has been part of the team for nearly 15 years and since promoted in 2022, serving as head team manager and special assistant to head coach Dizzy Payton. And in a 2023 Channel 9 WCPO article, Coach Dizzy described Mav as just another guy, but someone who is incredibly important to him, who just happens to have Down syndrome. And to be honest, while I respect Coach's words, the headline of the article might have said it best. Mav and Dizzy Payton share a special bond that's key to leading the Norse, both on and off the field. It's a bond that helps fuel NKU's baseball's winning culture. Anyone who has been around the program knows there's no one who represents the heart and spirit of Norse Nation more than Mav. From his celebrations to his positive attitude, whether winning or losing, he embodies Norse baseball. For more details on this year's Buddy Walk, taking place on September 6th at Sawyer Point, head over to dsagc.com and click on the fundraising events. If you're curious more about Mav and the incredible impact he had on has on NKU, just Google his name or search him on YouTube. I promise you, you will not regret it.
Yeah. And I mean, in the latest Northern Magazine, they also did a story about it. Absolutely just brilliant. Very, very cool.
And the runner will be safe at second as we are heading back to action. That was just something I wanted to emphasize and make sure I mentioned today. As someone who has a sister with special needs, it has just been an impact in my life as well. So to have him part of Norse Nation and basically the leader of the clubhouse, as Dizzy likes to say, is very nice to see the awareness game today. But we are back to action as Donnelly delivers and a ball goes foul over the Oakland dugout. Count now remains 0-2, 5-5 ball game. Runners on second and third as we reset.
Yeah, and I mean, as this game goes on, you have a bit of a wind coming in now, a bit of a bit chilly, but still brilliant day for baseball. As that's a big leadoff seconds, they're not holding him at all.
Fouled off. Pollock staying alive. Pollock looks over at the dugout, pounds his chest a little bit. All he's got to do is make contact somewhere.
Yes.
Get a hard hit ball anywhere, and it should score at least one. In the outfield, possibly two.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, right now, ever since Bond got on second, he's not really even looking, squaring around the
That
bunt
ball is ripped.
whatsoever.
Foul. Over there by the left field bleachers. Got some kids out there running. As Donnelly now tries to get settled back in. Should also mention that today we'll have a post-game clinic for 12 and under.
That ball's
which
hit
is like
far deep and off the wall.
not quite the Valhalla, but 2 runs are going to score. Jake Pollock finally gets his base hit, and the Norse have rallied with 4 in the inning to take a 7-5 lead.
Brilliant hit right there. I mean, looked good coming off the bat. Thought it had the potential to be gone, but no, it just bounces off the wall for a very loud double as NKU takes that 2-run lead. And now, pitcher for Oakland fully warming up and throwing by the looks of it. Curious to see how long of a leash that Oakland will give this guy.
Again, stepping up to the plate is Nolan Sparks. Hit a home run in his last at-bat, dead center. Takes her spit strike. It's nice to see them get to Donnelly after he had a decent start or a decent relief appearance in his last on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is ripped hard and foul just right of the first base back.
And I think, I mean, a game like this truly just shows what kind of team NKU is. I mean, you're down 5-0 after top of the third. Really, they just keep on fighting. They just keep on going at it. Really, just no quit in this team whatsoever. They always believe that they can come back from it.
Yeah, with 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, and still at bat, it is very nice to see that this team just has some heart, has some power, and can find ways to score. They are never out of it.
No, absolutely not. It's only 1 out, too. I think that's –
as that is in front of the pitcher. Pitcher
and
makes
that's
the play.
safe. Oh.
No, got him.
Very close call over at first. As they're debating if it's –
I thought that hit him. I'm not going to lie. Dizzy's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and review that one. I mean, if he beats it out, you let it go. And then Oakland has to use their second challenge.
I was going to say, but Kane, do you challenge him at first or do you challenge the foul ball?
Depends what he's talking over there at him.
Yeah. I was like, it looks like they will be reviewing it. The umpires come together at center or at the mound.
Hey, remember when you said this game was going quick and it was steady and it was on? Well, now we've got our second challenge of the inning, so we'll have a little bit of delay as they're talking things out.
Hey.
I kind of am confused how nobody saw that hit him, because I definitely thought that hit him the way the ball bounced.
Yeah, definitely. And even
as there will be a challenge. And I'm going to assume bringing in the third base umpire, it will be a challenge of whether it hit him or not.
yeah. And it looks like the coach coming out to talk to the umpire too. Be curious to see if they make a change here, if this, depending on what this is ruled.
As the ball is coming in on the infield, the catcher picks it up and throws it in. That's happened quite a bit with the open bullpens. You're kind of just loose. And
Yeah. You're at the mercy of it.
Yeah. Donnelly out there with his infielders kind of talking. Dizzy's over there talking to the third base. And the runner currently standing on third. Which, again, I need to emphasize that was the first hit for Jake Pollock. So it has been his glove and his arm that has made a difference in the first 2 games. But this one, it is, as of right now, his bat.
Yeah, I mean, again, just absolutely ripped that ball into the gap. Brilliant hit by Pollock.
Donley continues to walk around a little bit, trying to decide if he wants to warm up or not. Kind of shakes the catcher off. As we continue to wait to see if that ball hit the runner or not. And what would be interesting, I mean, I'm assuming that he is challenging if it hit him, but it could be a challenge if he beat him out on first, though it looked pretty obvious that he was out.
Yeah.
As we continue to wait, let's just recap very quickly. It is a 7-5 ball game, North's lead. Oakland currently has 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Meanwhile, the Norths have 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Just getting it done. The heart of this team cannot be understated. And it's nice to see that, no, they are never out of these games, especially after what could have possibly ruined their psyche, blowing that game yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you give up 5 runs in the top of the 9th to lose the game. And really and truly, I mean, I think another big thing when you're looking at this team is the current pitcher out there right now, Pearson for NKU. He gave up that home run in the first inning that he pitched. Since then, absolutely brilliant. I mean, he's gave up that home run, but he got right back to work, has been pitching a phenomenal 3 innings besides that.
And when you're NKU, that's all you can ask is the umpires finally make their way out, and we'll wait to hear the call. Calls him out. Call has been confirmed, out at first base. Runner will move to third, so will be only 90 feet away.
And now the Oakland coaches decided to make a visit, and he calls into the pen for Oakland.
Well, as he calls into the pen, we'll take a quick break to find out who is pitching and let you know when we come back. This is North Baseball presented to you by the Northerner. And we're coming back to the bottom of the 5th, where we currently have 2 outs in the Norths at bat and a 7-5 lead. But there is a pitching change coming on. Jameson, who we got?
Yeah, so coming into the game, the big southpaw out there, 6'5" Daniel Dooley is coming out to pitch for Oakland. And if you're looking at his stats, pretty good. I mean, against us in the first time around, pitched 1 inning, 2 hits, and 1 earned run. And then he's coming off a pretty good outing in Central Michigan, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk to go along with 4 Ks.
Hopefully NKU is able to tack at least another run on here, as they are only 90 feet away. Pollock standing over there on third after a very awkward did it hit him, did it not hit him, did he beat out a throw to first base situation at the last at bat.
Yeah, that's one of those things. I just want to know fully what they were all challenging, stuff like that. But either way, they did rule it out. Be curious to hear what NKU can do.
As Jake Altman steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today with a double to right field. and currently sits at 3 for 6 in the series. Looking to add to the lead here as he steps into the batter's box. Pitch clock resets. Ball is about to be in play. High knee raise. That is ball one.
Went off speed for first pitch of the outing.
It's also got a very high knee raise, like knee almost up to the chest. Not high to Nomo like, but still pretty high up there.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I was paying attention that time. That's another ball, 2-0.
Yeah, not Dontrell Willis, but still, he gets a number or a knee up to the numbers.
Dontrell was one that he would bend down with it too, though.
Yeah, that's an all-time legend, one of my favorite players ever. As that is taken high, ball 3, and Altman looks a little upset about that one, taking it personally.
Yeah, I mean that didn't hit him, but that was close to hitting him. He had to kind of move out of the way for it.
Stepping back into the batter's box, sitting with a 3-0 count, and you gotta believe he's taking all the way.
And he draws the walk.
As he goes, walks that out to first base. Now stepping up to the plate is Brennan Rowe. Ninth hitter again. NKU taking advantage of it, finding a way to get the ninth hitter up no matter what happens from here. He currently sits at 1 for 2 on the day with a double in his first at-bat.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Brendan Rowe all series has been pretty consistent. I mean, guys in scoring position, seems like he's always coming up with something.
Consistency is accurate. 4 for 8 on series. As he lobs over to throw to first base, making sure he keeps Altman close.
Since you have it pulled up, how many extra base hits? Is it just the home run and the double?
Just home run.
Oh, just home run.
And then the double today. So,
Yeah.
yes. As he takes that first pitch strike. Brennan Rowe looking to add to this lead. Dooley throws over to first again. Keeping an eye on the runner. Silence kind of over the crowd a little bit as plays died as they're just playing toss over there from pitcher to first. However, Dooley now set to deliver. Looks over at first. Looks back over at first. Comes home, and that ball is hit. Fielded by the third baseman in front of the bag, and we'll get the final out.
Oh, the batter's trying to say he hit it off his foot. That's why he didn't run for it. He just kind of stood there thinking that it would have been fouled off his foot.
However, Dizzy also is looking around. Was it hit? Was it not hit? I don't believe he can challenge it as he already used his challenge and lost. He keeps saying that he hit him, and he's avid that definitely hit him.
Yeah, I mean, how often is it that you see a batter, he didn't even move out of the box. He just sat there like, acts like that should have been an obvious call for the umpire at least.
Dizzy's a little bit confused. He's sitting there still talking to the home plate umpire. But he's like, all right, I guess that's what's going to be happening.
That's horrible, Blue!
Still looking, still waiting to hear. I'll give Dizzy a lot of credit. You know what? There's been a few occurrences today that I thought, or not today, this series, where I thought maybe he let the umpires hear it and turn around and kind of possibly get tossed as he's going back to talk to the umpire. Oakland continues to sit, and NKU won't take the field just yet as now the players are finally taking the field. So very quickly we'll take a break as they warm up looks like a new pitcher for the Norse. We have 7-5 after 5 coming to the top of the 6th thanks to the Northerner. Welcome back as we hit the halfway point of the game. Let's take a look at what is next for Norse as in pitching wise, as a new pitcher has came in. Jameson?
Yeah, coming in for the Norse is the 5'11" right-handed pitcher Jack Johnson. Really, I mean, playing pretty good baseball as of late. Went 1 inning against Ohio, only 1 walk, no runs, no hits given up. And against Purdue Fort Wayne, pitched 1 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs given up, and 3 strikeouts. Or no, 0 strikeouts, 3 doubles. My apologies.
We'll be facing the very tough Brandon Nye as that first pitch strike comes in.
Yeah, I mean, Nye this series, I mean, he has 2 hits, both of which were absolute tanks into center field.
That is the best way to describe those because that is 100% accurate. As take strike 2, pinpointing that inside. Not going to let Nye extend his hands and send another one. Nye now steps back in, hits his bat a little bit. Can't be the best fault if you're not swinging though. Just throwing that out there. That is ripped hard, routine ground ball, and underneath the legs of the shortstop. Ball gets quickly in, but Nye will reach first base.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to go down as an error. That's just, didn't get underneath it, trying to rush it, ball got underneath him.
Old school keep the glove down situation, but you know what? Happens, put it behind you, look for the double play baseball right here as John Longer steps up to the plate.
Very low stance.
And by low stance, he means absolutely crouched down on this one. I don't want to say Jeff Bagwell type crouch, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
As that ball is ripped, shortstop may having a chance to make a play. 6, 4, 3, twin killing. Exactly what the Norse needed right there.
Absolutely. It's great to see the shortstop be able to make up for that error. Easy double play.
Sometimes the baseball gods are nice to you and will let you make up for your mistakes, and sometimes they'll make you pay. This one they did not make NKU pay, as we now have 2 outs at the top of the 6th. Stepping up to the plate is Carter Hain.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about working fast for these relief pitchers. I think Johnson's that first pitch is taken for a strike. Again, firstly, he's doing a great job finding that strike zone early. He's pitching almost like basically the second the batter gets set, he's ready to go. Really wasting no time at all.
It is just interesting how pitchers do that. Everybody's got their own methods. Some want to take all 20 seconds. The other one wants to work quick. As that is hit up in right field, right fielder coming in.
And
he's
make it.
Got it. So very quick work. Not even 10 pitches thrown for Johnson. And going to the bottom of 6, it is still Norse 7, Oakland 5. And we're back here at Friendship Field as it is a 7-5 ball game in the bottom of the sixth. Top of the lineup, Tyler Shanifield steps to the plate after a wonderful inning for NKU last time around, putting up 4. First pitch is taken for a strike. Count moves 0-1.
Yeah, I mean, Shaney felt this game pretty good game for him all around.
As that is a ball, count goes to 1-1. When we get a little break, we'll let you know what is coming up for NKU and also our future broadcast. High knee relief again as the breaking ball comes in, 2-1. Pretty decisive breaking ball. Can't really tell when he's going to throw it. Very well hidden, and that one comes in slow.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you're able to change speeds like that very easily, that that is taken for a ball 3-1. I mean, changing speeds like that very well can mess with the batter's head, or mess with the batter's head and just kind of make him think for a second.
Settles in again. That just swung on and missed. Count goes full. Shanefeld was looking to send that one out of here. Game count moves full. Tyler looking to just get another route started, just like he did last time when he was hit by a pitch. That one's fouled off directly in front of us. Count stays 3-2. Dooley still on the mound for Oakland after coming in last inning.
Yeah, I mean, Dooley's been looking great on the mound as of now. As payoff pitch is walking for Shaneyfelt.
That is his 3rd time reaching base today. Twice by walk, once by hit by pitch. Just finding ways on. That's what you want your leadoff hitter to do, no matter what Reds fans will tell you. Now stepping up to the plate is number 10, Marcus Harrison. Currently 0 for 3 today. Striking out and hitting the left fielder twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's that first pitch is taken for a ball, and Shaneyfeld's kind of dancing around first base, trying to get into his head. Did I say ball?
Yep.
Oh, same thing.
No, no, it's not. As that's a strike, breaking ball comes in there. Count moves to 0-2. Dooley trying to get that pitcher-friendly double play here. Throws over to first to make sure Shaneyfeld stays close.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that with these two people, it would be a very hard double play to turn with Shaneyfeld and Harrison.
Especially if Shaneyfeld has his big lead. And I think he's going as he goes back to the base. Nice little pitch over. Coming back to the mound now. Dooley looks in. Looks over first. Quick look. Big lead. I'd argue Shaneyfeld's almost halfway down the baseline. A little surprised that the catcher doesn't throw down there. But it's also a situation he's got such a big lead. You throw down there.
He's going to take off.
Yeah, he's probably going second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dooley again continues to look over at first. Comes delivery. Hit hard. 6, 4, 3. Twin killing.
Yeah, I mean, right there, Shaneyfeld, he stopped the second. When contact was made, he stopped for a second before he was able to take off. As it looked like he was about to try and steal it. But he had to stop, and then that caused the double play to be had.
Now stepping up to the plate is number 26, Gabe Miranda. Hit a big RBI double last time up. Looking to make it 2 in a row. Dooley now, on the other hand, is trying to get out of this inning. As Miranda pulls around the bunt, pushes it down the first base line, goes foul. Catcher quickly picks that up as it does.
If that stayed fair, that was a brilliant-looking bump from Miranda.
I mean, that is exactly where you want to put it. Make the catcher go out and field it on the first base side, so he's going to have to even take another second to step on either the inside or outside the line. Just went foul.
As Josh Williams perfectly sets Miranda's bat up for him.
That was the perfect setup. Let me just walk up and grab that. And by perfect setup, we just mean it was literally placed perfectly, standing straight up, as if it was the Eiffel Tower. Now Dooley comes set, breaking ball, 1-1.
I will say, currently in past center field, you have probably about 20, 30 people sitting, kind of watching the game right up there on top of everybody else watching it from the stands. Just beautiful showing here for the Norse.
It's amazing what happens when you got beautiful weather around the Cincinnati area. People will come out to watch baseball.
Oh, for sure.
Count is currently sitting at 2-1 as Miranda steps back in. And the pitch. That is ripped hard, but fouled to first base. Count now moves 2-2 with 2 outs.
Your favorite baseball moment?
Yes, I love the 2-2 too. 3-3-3 would be better, but unfortunately that is not possible. I mean, I guess technically it's possible.
I was going to say, I mean, 3 balls, 3 strikes, 3 outs. But in this case, we do not want the 3-3-3.
Very, very true. Dooley delivers, and it is low. Count now moves to 3-2. Miranda again came up with a second hit last time at bat, which was an RBI double, which helped put NKU into a it would have been 1 run down.
That's taken ball 4 as Miranda's able to draw the walk now. And bringing up not Sam Bond, my apologies. Bringing up Josh Williams now.
There is some warm-up action down there in the bullpen for Oakland, but it looks like he's just now getting loose. Looks like number 17 for Oakland. As Josh Williams steps into the batter's box. The shift is on for Oakland, 3 batters to the right.
I think 14 is the one more warming up by the looks of it. I think 17's just playing catch with them.
Okay.
But
you would know better than me. As that first pitch is taken for a ball. Count is 1-0. Miranda currently sitting on second. Josh Williams looking to find his second hit of the day. That is hit up and foul.
Yeah, by the looks of it, 14 is just got a catcher to come out to throw with him.
Dooley now looking down at the ground. Gets set from the stretch. Throws over.
Miranda's not even really off the bag with that throw over.
We have a 7-5 ball game if you are just joining us in the bottom of the 6th. NKU leads after putting up 7 unanswered.
As Miranda dances around.
Ball's hit up and out of play again. Count remains 1-2. Josh Williams currently only has 2 hits on the series, looking for this 3rd one.
Yeah, I mean, again, third baseman basically playing shortstop with him. That whole left side's open. If he's able to rip one there, Miranda has a solid chance to make it first to home.
Bouncing around, making the pitcher think as the pitch is delivered, but that is going hard hit to the right fielder. Miranda's going to get held up at second, so we will have first and second, 2 outs.
I mean,
and Sam Bond comes to the plate.
Right there, hit it where the shift was, but he was able to get it right past everybody for a base hit. So now it's first and second for Sam Bond.
Beautiful line shot right there. Hit hard, hit it where it's not, but hit it almost a little too hard, so Miranda isn't able to go from first to third.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, with Sam Bond, 2 for 3 today. Would love to see some action from him. He's yet to get an RBI, though, with the 2 hits.
Does have a run scored, though. As Miranda is making the pitcher think as he bounces around out of second base, and first pitch comes across strike. Again, we have a 7-5 ball game, but NKU looking to add to it with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Looks back, delivers, ball outside. Miranda and Williams both kind of doing the fake run as if the ball's hit. They've already got their momentum going that way. And you can do that with 2 outs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll be curious to see if NKU implements trying to have a hit and run type system.
Set to deliver, 1-1. Looking back hard at Miranda as the breaking ball gets away, but the catcher's able to catch it, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, that ball right there just did not come out of hand the right way. It was about 5 feet above the zone.
And it's not like Sam Bond is tall either. Again, Bond looking for his 3rd hit of the day. As that one is going to hit him. And we will now have bases loaded for the Norse.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Bond, he leads the team in hits by pitches. That's his 14th of the season.
I want to know what he did. He's got to have to do something to somebody to get beamed that many times.
Coming up now is Jake Pollock. And it looks like the catcher's going to come and talk to the pitcher for a bit, and it looks like a potential changing of the guard here for Oakland.
Yeah, Brian Nelson's going to come out and make the move to the bullpen, which is probably needed as you have runners on all 3 bases. And Pollock, who is seeing the ball well with a walk, a double, and a fly out to right field. Another one of those doubles. This game is going to escalate and get out of hand possibly for Oakland. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with you. Bottom of the 6th here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex at Friendship Field. 7-5 ball game. There is runners on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd as Oakland brings in a new pitcher. Who do we got here, Jameson?
Yeah, so coming into the game is number 14, 6'2", Ryan Fanstock. Really and truly, this guy, he pitched pretty good last outing against us. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk. So really, I mean, pretty good against us. However, first time he played against us, gave up 3 runs. So hopefully we get more of the outing that we had the first time against us, not this series. However, you do have bases juiced for Jake Pollock right now,
who has seen the ball well today, as mentioned before we took the break, with a walk and a double in his last 2 at-bats, plus a fly out to the right fielder, as now Jake steps into the batter's box. Fanstock, pressure is on, going from the windup. Takes a deep breath, delivers. Ball, as he almost got Pollock to chase. Count goes 1-0. Nowhere to put him, so Fanstock's got to throw hittable pitches here.
Absolutely. I mean, really, if you look at what he got NKU in trouble last time, it was, or in the 9th inning last game, it was all the walks. Really trying to avoid that now for Fanstock.
As he delivers inside, ball 2. Tell you what, that ball broke late. I thought it was actually about to hit Pollock.
I was about to say, that was a big slider right there. Thought it was about to hit him, but not able to. 2-0 count now for Pollock.
Stock takes a deep breath. That is ripped hard and foul. He straightens that out. That, my friend, is called a grand slam.
Yeah, I mean, very, very close.
Right over the bullpen's head over there in left field. Absolute shot, but just behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to stick with the pitcher, remembering what he did last time. So
Count goes 2-1.
And it's really not holding off anybody. Big leads from all bases.
Their breaking ball misses. Count goes 3-1, so he's coming with the fastball. You got to believe. And you know Pollock's sitting back knowing it's coming.
I was going to say, I mean, easy bet here is that a fastball is coming. You do not want to walk, cause this to be a 3-run game.
Stock bounces, sets, delivers. Breaking ball in there. Now we got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will be moving, so a ball hitting the outfield should score 2. Pollock back in the batter's box. Fonstock bounces around. Stretch, deep breath. Delivers. And that ball's ripped hard and foul. Got some fans sitting over there in the bleachers. A lot of little kids over there kind of want the baseball, but also want to get out of the way of that one. Again, 7-5 ball game. NKU looking to extend this lead as bases are juiced for catcher Jake Pollock. Fonstock looks down at his glove. 2 bounce step. Set. Delivers. That ball's hit back to Fonstock, who will easily pick it up. Underhand throw to the first baseman. But NKU continues to lead despite leaving 3 on base there. 7-5 as we move to the 7th inning. This will continue some Norris baseball as we come back from the break, thanks to the Northerner. Six innings complete as you're listening to live NKU North Baseball presented by the Northerner. If you're just joining us, I'm Joshua Northcutt alongside Jameson Howard. Jameson, what's some upcoming schedule look like for the Norse?
Yeah, so I mean, upcoming schedule, the Norse will be traveling to Knoxville, Tennessee, take on Tennessee Tuesday, April 29th, 6 p.m. start. Me and Josh will be on call for that game. 95% sure, waiting for one last email back. But then after that, our next weekend series will be at Milwaukee. As first pitch is taken for a strike, Jack Johnson does stay in the game for the Norse. But yeah, when big series at Milwaukee, they're the third base team in the Horizon League, so definitely want to try and get ahead of them. As that next pitch is taken for a ball.
And we will not be able to broadcast that one because, 1, it's in Milwaukee, and 2, it is the last week, so basically we'll be preparing for our finals as we will graduate the following weekend. So that comes in a strike.
Yeah, and then the series after that against Wright State, we don't have a Tuesday game, but we'll be playing at Wright State again. That will be the week we are graduating, so again, we won't be able to cover those games.
Can't believe graduation is already here, my friend, as that ball is foul to the third base side.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, 2 weeks away. Insane. This semester, I mean, the second spring break ends, the semester just kind of flies by all at once.
Really does. So again, we have a 7-5 ball game at the top of the second, currently sitting at a 1-2 count. Standing in at bat is number 25, Aiden Shuck. Johnson delivers, and that's on the inside, popped up to the second baseman, and will be out, number 1.
Miranda stares down the second base and like, that was mine.
So Miranda did come over and grab that from him. As the PA announcer hits him with an imagination.
I don't think I understand that one.
Maybe it was the second baseman's imagination that he was going to catch it. Currently 1 out here in the top of 7. Johnson continued trying to deliver as he throws first pitch strike.
Yeah, I mean, Johnson again working very, very quickly on the mound. Really not giving the batter any time to think about what just happened to him or a pitch he just saw.
Ben Clark currently standing in at bat. He is 1 for 2 today and currently 1 for 5 in the series, but that ball is ripped into center field and caught by the center fielder, Shanny Feld. Nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, Shanny Feld tracked that down perfectly. Very hard hit ball to center field, but it just hung in the air long enough for him to catch it.
And now stepping up for Oakland is the 9-hole hitter, Sam Griffith. Currently 1 for 7 in the series, but reached in his first at bat after an error, later scored. Johnson trying to make quick work here and make it the 4th straight inning without allowing Oakland to score. So ball is in the dirt there. As you mentioned before, you take away that second inning, it has been great work by the bullpen since they came in.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And that second inning wasn't even the bullpen. That was the starter staying out there. But, yeah, I mean, that 1 home run given up, really since then, just absolutely brilliant work.
Not sure where that pitch missed, as it is now 2-0. Jay Johnson from the stretch. Does a little bounce. Throws that first pitch strike. Grunts a little bit. There was a little bit extra behind that one. Count goes to 2-1. Currently 2 outs, top 7.
Yeah, no, I mean, when a team runs a pitcher out in the second inning, like, forces him to come out, being able to, as that ball's fouled off, being able to have a bullpen that comes in, is able to put up that work and just absolutely dominate. Very, very good to see for NKU, especially coming into the end of the season. You want to see your bullpen at its best.
No doubt about that. And it's a situation where, again, we're going to be looking at a 7-5 ball game, possible save situation in the 9th if we get to that point, as Johnson delivers. That ball is hit sharply to the shortstop, comes over to his left, and makes an easy throw to first for the 3rd out of the inning. But we'll talk a little bit about possible 9th inning after this. But coming to the bat is the Norse in a 7-5 ball game. All right, we are back in the bottom of the 7th in a 7-5 ball game. Oakland, 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Norse, 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. But it should be added, they have left 8 runners on base despite this lead.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's kind of been the story of the series. Its first pitch is a ball away. I mean, really and truly, the left on base numbers just astonishing. Again, going back to the last series, these 5.5 games played so far, over 40 people have been left on base by the Norse.
Is that his ball 2 taken low and away? That is definitely something that come these last month of the season, they're going to want to get right, and they're especially on Tuesday. You play a team like Tennessee, you cannot leave runners on base.
No, absolutely not. And I'll be curious as this pitch taken for a ball, what the pitching situation looks like for Tennessee if potentially the typical ace, Caden Ekman, who has not been able to pitch any this series, if maybe he gets healthy enough to pitch a game against Tennessee. Very curious to see what happens there.
As that pitch comes inside and the count now goes 3-1. Taking that all the way was Sparks. Sparks sitting at 1 for 3 today with that home run. Feinstock pitches. And that ball's ripped hard down to the left field line.
Foul.
Just foul. Man, I'll tell you what, we are just missing shots down that line.
Absolutely. Seems like everything that goes down there is just barely getting out, but it happens.
As the ball is loose, Dizzy jumps even though the ball is about 5 feet away from him. Count goes full, 3-2.
Yeah, you gotta love to see a coach just having fun out there on the field.
And he is definitely having fun today as the Norse leads 7-5. Feinstock delivers, and that one's going to hit Sparks.
Yeah, I mean, just directly into the back. Again, nothing intentional there by the looks of it, but again, it happens. The ball slips. Luckily, he's okay.
Yeah, you take a breaking ball to the back. You just go ahead and walk that one out.
Yeah.
As walk it out is playing. Now stepping up to the bat is number 23, Jake Altman. Sits at 1 for 2 today with a double and a walk. That double was ripped hard down the right field line. Would love to see him do it here again because with Sparks' speed, first to third would be very simple. Third baseman playing in as Altman does lead the Horizon League in sack bunts, so you'll have to be looking for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you have the third baseman playing in a bit as the bunt is laid down.
And beautifully laid down. Pitcher gets it 2 to the left, first base side, and will be thrown out at first. However, runner gets over, and Altman does what he does best, gets the runner over.
Yeah, I mean, he had one job there, and that was to get the runner over to second. He did it brilliantly. Even if it isn't out, you take that.
Now coming up is Brennan Rowe, who may be the hottest hitter in this series, currently sitting at 4 for 9 with the double today. Rowe steps into the plate. Feinstock looks back at Sparks. Fouled off. Good to see that, that's not fair. As the fans also were questioning whether that one was fair because it hit the runner. If you're just joining us earlier in the game, there was a ball that looked like clearly hit the batter, and they said, no, you're out of first. Dizzy couldn't believe it. So that ball is hit into the gap over there. Left fielder coming in and will make the play in left center, second out of the inning.
Yeah, I mean, just barely not hit enough, was able to get it hang in the air long enough for the left fielder to come over and make the play on it. However, now with the runner in scoring position, Shaneyfelt will be coming up to bat. 22 RBIs on the season. That is before today. Not sure if he has any RBIs today, but 22 on the season.
No RBIs today, as the last 3 times he has walked, hit by pitch, and walked.
Hey, get on base, Joey Votto's way.
Any way possible, just make it that first base and then figure out how to get in from there. As the runner is actually getting held on tight on second, is a little bit fearful he could possibly steal, especially with the third baseman playing in, worried that Shaneyfelt could put down a bunt.
Yeah, I mean, I think that and also the big thing is you don't want to have him get such a big lead where Shaneyfelt hits a single and all of a sudden he's into home with no effort whatsoever. So I think it's also partially trying to make him get a better hit to get him home. That's taken ball 1 count.
We're looking over here at a wide open left side, though, however, as the shortstop is holding on the runner, that if Shaneyfelt can put one over there, Sparks could be running. Again, being held tight by the shortstop. That ball's fouled off. Shaney felt a little bit upset that he just missed that one. Count moves to 1-2. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-5 ball game. North's lead, looking to add to it. Shaneyfeld steps back into the box. Left foot on the back line. So way back there. And the pitch from Feinstock is fouled off to the left side of the field. Out of play. Count remains 1-2.
Into the yard in front of Regents Hall.
Shaneyfeld also leads the second Horizon League in triples and doubles, third in sacks, sixth in hits, eighth in average. So he is able to put up numbers and find ways to get on base any way possible as he takes ball 2. Count goes 2-2 and 2 outs. Yes.
Josh's favorite possible situation is currently happening.
Feinstock looks back at Sparks. Sets, delivers. Again, foul. Absolute great at bat right here now by Shaneyfeld, making Feinstock bring everything he's got. Perfect battle. Now again, set in. Delivers. That ball's hit into the left center. Left fielder going back and will get under it. So over the 3rd out of the inning. But NKU currently leads 7-5 going to the 8th. We will have more Norse baseball for you after the break. We've wrapped up 7 innings, are just about to set to resume play. Before we do, Jameis and I want to thank the Northerner for making these broadcasts possible. If you're on campus this week, be sure to pick up the latest edition of their magazine as our fellow NKU students continue to do amazing work. And a special shout out goes to my colleague Jameson Howard, who has a featured article in this month's issue too. As we got a 7-5 ball game, Norse leading, and Johnson again working quickly, throwing that first pitch strike. Excellent outing. You can't ask for much more from Johnson.
No, absolutely not. And I just now noticed this, but the yellow glove, very, very clean for Johnson on the mound.
As that ball is ripped hard over the left fielder's head. Misplayed. Don't think he would have caught it if played correctly, and it will be a leadoff double.
Yeah, I mean, he lost the ball in the sky there for a second, had to adjust, and wasn't able to get back to it. Very, very difficult play, though, either way.
Top of the lineup now, hitting number 2 is Taylor Tomlin. Currently sitting at 0 for 3 on the day. Not exactly the most common thing as he hits 5th in average in the Horizon League.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this series kind of, one of the fun things about it is there's a mound visit, as Dusty's not coming out, just the pitching coach. But something I always find kind of interesting about this is really the best players on each team not really doing the most. It's a lot of players that you don't typically see as much kind of winning the games for them.
Yeah, if I'm taking a quick look at everything right now, the top of the lineup, Trent Rice, is currently 2 for 3. However, Taylor Tomlin is 0 for 3. Matthew McGaughan is 0 for 3 when it comes to their top 3 hitters. And then for the Norse, you've got Shanny Felt currently sitting at 0 for 2, but did reach base 3 times via walk or hit by pitch. Number 10, Marcus Harrison is sitting at 0 for 4, and Gabe Miranda is only 1 for 3 with a walk as well.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. It's not so much the top of the lineup, but more the middle and the bottom, which has been the story of the series, especially for the North.
Yeah, exactly, which, I mean, it's good to win games however you can, but you would want to see, especially coming into this end of the season, you want your star players to be playing their best baseball.
Speaking of star players, Taylor Tomlin steps back into the box. We currently are sitting at a 7-5 ball game, no outs, runner on second, so the tying run at bat. As that ball is hit to center fielder coming in, hoping to grab it, and it will not. It will fall actually in front of the right fielder. And he is able to get over from second to third despite that. A little trickery there by the center fielder because I thought he was coming in to get that one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, essentially you had a triangle going on in the outfield. Everybody tried to go and get it, but nobody was able to.
Now stepping up to the plate is Matthew McGaughan. As I mentioned, he is 0 for 3 for today. Has flown out to the right fielder twice while striking out in the first inning. 7-5 ball game, runners on the corners, no outs. Johnson needs to settle in here as he throws ball 1. I hate to say it, pal, but it feels a little bit eerie and similar to the 9th inning last game.
Yeah, I mean,
Johnson maybe 1 inning too long.
Yeah, I mean, the big issue is you don't want to take out your pitcher too early, bring in somebody else who maybe has a blow up. I mean, Johnson has.
That's ripped hard where the second baseman was trying to cover for the stolen base. Hit it where they're not. First and third. Oakland now only down by 1, 7-6.
Yeah, I mean, for Johnson, potential wheels coming off here, but he had a brilliant outing today. I'll be curious to see what they kind of do.
Now stepping up to the plate is number 13, Brandon Nye.
Yeah, as it looks like Dizzy might have had enough of this outing looking to come out.
So we'll take a quick break as they bring in another pitcher and update you who's coming in. It is currently North 7, Oakland 6, runners on the corners, no outs. And we are back with runners on first and third. 7-6 ball game, no outs. Top of the 8th. 1 run already came across for Oakland. And now NKU is making the pitching change. Jameson, who's coming in?
Yeah, so coming into the game for the Norse is Logan Wilson, which, if you guys might remember, he played yesterday. Really faced a similar situation as Johnson just did, where he pitched 2 flawless innings of baseball. However, in that third inning, he tried to come out, could not find the strike zone, did not play good whatsoever, and quickly got pulled in the 9th inning, and that led to the collapse of the 9th inning for the Norse. Be curious here if he's able to regain his confidence. Again, he threw 31 pitches yesterday. Got to think that he's going to be on a strict pitch limit now.
The hope here, though, is to make some quick work. Even if this run scores here, you get a double play, reset the game, 7-7 apiece. But we'll see what happens. Wilson looks back, and he hits the first. Hits the first batter he faced.
Yeah, as that batter, he's talking to both Pollock and the umpire afterwards. He's not happy whatsoever. Taking his time to go over to first.
Yeah, that would be Brandon Nye, the cleanup hitter. So now coming to the plate is number 7, John Longer. He has a sac fly, a ground out, and a double play today. So currently sitting 0 for 3. Interesting to see if the infield comes in or stays at double play def. With no outs, bases loaded. Wilson's got to throw strikes. Longer fouls one off to the third base side as he goes back to that very interesting batting stance where he's a little bit crouched over, and as Hunter described it, Ricky Henderson-esque. Not so much Bagwell, but more Ricky Henderson-esque. Crouched down, leaning towards the plate, foot way down the third base line, as that is a 1-1 count now. Good job by Pollock making sure that ball does not pass him, as the run would score. Again, bases loaded, currently no outs for Oakland. Wilson trying to get out of this jam.
Right side, be ready, right side.
From the windup, pitch, and he hits him, and now it will bring in another run as we are now tied up.
Yeah, I mean, right now Wilson just does not have control over where that ball's going. Back-to-back batters hit.
And you mentioned that was kind of what happened in the 9th inning as well. Got to think maybe his confidence is shook a little bit. Shocked Pollock isn't going out to talk to him, and now Dizzy is making the walk.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to. I mean, that's back-to-back hitters that you hit. It's very difficult keeping a guy that is hitting people actively. I don't know.
So there will be a pitching change again as Dizzy quickly pulls Logan Wilson. Unfortunately, it is a 7-7 ball game now. At the top of the 8th, 2 runs came across for Oakland. 3 more sitting out there with no outs. Pitching changes being made, and we'll let you hear about it when we come back.
And welcome back to the broadcast. Sorry, it's not your traditional voice, but it is Jameson Howard here with Josh Northcutt. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Norse. Sean Parnell is coming into the game. Sean Parnell, pretty good on the season when you look at his averages. However, last time up, there was a runner on first that he inherited. Back-to-back pass balls ended up scoring him. So I'll be curious to see what he's able to do out here. He only threw 10 pitches that outing on Friday, so hopefully he's able to recover and have a good outing tonight. Again, after those 2 pass balls, he got taken out pretty quickly, so we weren't able to see much of them.
Again, we have a 7-7 tied baseball game. The bases are loaded for Oakland. way too similar to what we felt last night after the 9th inning. But again, if you can just get a pitcher's friendly ground ball here, even preferably right back to the pitcher,
Yeah.
so he can go home, get the out,
Absolutely.
maybe get the runner at first, it would be nice to see. But we'll have to wait and see, as we're about to find out, as number 35, Carter Haynes, steps into the plate. He currently sits at 1 for 3 on the day. Fly out to left field, fly out to right field, and a double.
Yeah, I mean, right now,
Ball taken on the outside, 1-0.
the only perk you get to bases loaded is that you do get an out at every base now. So if you can go back home if you're able to and get the out there and prevent that.
Infield playing normal death. Parnell looks to deliver, needing a strike. This ball on the outside. Count goes 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Parnell, you look at his stats for the season, nine strikeouts per 9, brilliant strikeout artist. However, he also has 7 walks per 9. Really, for every strikeout he gets, he's nearly getting a walk too.
Well, he has nowhere to put him today, unfortunately. Again, brought in a tough situation. Delivers breaking ball strike right there. Nicely done.
And if you remember for that Friday game, the first batter, it was 3 strikes, brilliant pitching. Thought that he was going to have a big outing out there until the pass ball started adding up for him.
Well, hopefully he can settle in here, get that strikeout. Counts currently 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Pollock blocks a possible pass ball, count moves 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, Pollock, he jumped on that one big time. That would have scored 1, maybe 2 if it would have gone past him.
3-1 count. Carter Haynes taking a little bit longer to step into the batter's box, making Parnell think about it. Got to bring him a strike here. And the pitch is ball 4, and a run will run across as well.
Yeah, I mean, for NKU, now trailing 8-7. Luckily, though, they have 2 innings to work with. It's not like the last game where they only had 1 inning to get back all the damage. Still, though, at a certain point, you've got to be worried about your bullpen for the rest of the season, especially coming into postseason play in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Aiden Shuck now stepping to the plate. 8-7 ball game. Infield playing back, looking for a double play ball. As that's a strike.
Brilliant pitch right there.
It has been the emphasis of a rough first inning or 8th inning, as a double, a single, a hit by pitch, and walk has been the results.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough as this pitch is in and ball 1. It looks like 1-1 count. It's tough when, I mean, when as a pitcher, instead of making them earn the hits, you are either hitting them or just walking them. You're not making them really earn it as much.
And that's the thing. You got to make them earn it.
Yes,
and
very
that's
much.
Kind of been the downfall of the bullpen the last 2 days is when we've gotten to this point, they haven't quite made it earn it. It's sad to speak too, because there was 4 straight innings, no runs given up, and then this one just kind of got away from him as that breaking ball just misses. Looked like strike 2 to me. He's a little upset. Looked like strike 2 to him. Count now moves to 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the box score for the game yesterday. You had, in total, as pitches coming, ball 3 now, 3-1 count. Definitely not the situation you want to.
You got to think maybe Paul go out there, just tell him, hey, calm down. We're just playing pitch catch right here. Throw it across. Needing a strike here is Parnell. 3-1, nowhere to put him. Set to deliver. And that is hit hard to the left of third baseman. Scooped. 5-4. Safe at first.
That's a close call.
So it'll be a 5-4 fielder's choice.
As now 1 out. Double play is in motion with a person standing at first base right now. Again, but I mean, you're looking at yesterday. Typically, our 2 closers, Evan Fry and Aaron Massey, they couldn't get 1 out. Both of them faced, 3 batters faced by Fry, 2 batters faced by Massey. None of them could get an out.
NKU now trails 9-7 with another run sitting 90 feet away as it squares around the bunt, and that goes foul out of play. Count goes to 0-1. Ben Clark attempting to step down or lay down that bunt. He is 1 for 3 on the day and 1 for 6 in the series. Did not play yesterday, but went 0 for 3 with 2 Ks on Friday. So maybe the bunt there is just to try to make him make a play, get the runner over. As he takes ball 1, count goes 1-1. Standing on deck is the 9-hole hitter, Sam Griffith.
Yeah, I mean, that low pitch really not being called for a strike at all, really, and he keeps on trying to go back to it.
We have a 1-1 count, 1 out. Looking for a double play ball as NKU is now down 2. And he's taken off, and Pollock just holds it. So the double play is now officially gone.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to risk throwing that, gets past second baseman, runner's able to come home.
And it looked like the runner was kind of almost willing to give up himself there. Wasn't going full speed in order to get that runner in from third.
Not at all.
Count now sits at 2-1. Parnell throws the fastball inside. Count goes 2-2. Strikeout here would be huge for the Norse. Parnell looks down at his wrist. Again, Clark taking a minute to step into the batter's box, making Parnell think. Runners on second and third. The 2-2 delivery. Ball is hit up in the air.
Miranda going back. Out of play. Oh, I see it.
Count will stay 2-2. Just got to try to find a way to get out of this jam. As Clark talks to the umpire a little bit, asks for time, making Parnell think about the situation, as it is a big one. Parnell looks over at third, now set to deliver home. And the pitch is the breaking ball, fouled off. Count stays 2-2. Settling back in. As we mentioned, it is a great crowd today, so all these fans came out to see a victory. Hate to see it go this way, but this game is far from over if you can get out of this jam. Parnell looks in. And the pitch is fouled off. Breaking ball ripped on top of the building over on the left side above the Oakland dugout.
See, I'm curious how many balls are on top of these like nearby buildings. There's 2 buildings pretty much right next to the ball field.
Parnell now looks down at his wrist. Clark battling in this one. Count remains 2-2. Again, runners on second and third. And the pitch. That's hit hard and past the diving third baseman. 1 run will score. Holding the second runner at third. Quickly gets the ball in, so we will have first and third. Only 1 out. 10-7 ball game. Oakland now leads.
Yeah, I mean, just a good piece of hitting right there. Went right past the third baseman. A play that maybe could have been made, but it would be a very difficult play to make.
Now stepping up again is the 9-hole hitter, Sam Griffith. He is 0 for 3 today. Reached on an error in the second inning. Resulted in a run.
We have the double play back in order, assuming they don't try and take second here.
Sam is currently 1 for 8 in this outing. Or this series.
Big leadoff first as he dances around.
Takes strike 1. Count goes 0-1. And we got a time. Looks like a little bit of discussion is going to be had between the manager, Brian Nelson, and his runners plus coach.
Did not know the manager's allowed to call time like that.
I don't think I've ever seen a timeout like that.
I was going to say, I've never seen this before. The Oakland manager just called time and to talk to all of his base runners and the batter currently.
Maybe a sign was missed. So maybe he wants to just make it clear that you can vocally hear him pass it, as it is an 0-1 count for Parnell. And it's also making Parnell think about it.
Yeah.
Again, man on the corners, needing it out here as the NKU now trails 10-7. as unfortunately Oakland put another 5 spot up on us.
Yeah, I mean, Parnell coming to us from UC. A lot of our pitchers are from UC, so.
The meeting is over. Coaches are still talking to the players as they walk back to the bases.
I find it interesting that unlike typical college baseball, the Oakland head coach is not also the third base coach for the team.
Yeah, I don't know if you went back and watched the ESPN Plus thing, but that's actually someone Oakland fans started calling our ESPN Plus about, because we assumed third base coach was the head coach. So they took a shot of him, and it wasn't. And they're like, oh, look, they don't even know their head coaches. It's just not the traditional thing. Usually you have your third base coach. It's your head coach. So it's different to see here. Maybe it's he just trusts his guys.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he wasn't meant to be the manager. But either way, it is different than most teams. We have a 1-1 count.
As he steals.
It is going to be a squeeze play, and a run will get in.
And out at first.
Exactly what I thought was on. The suicide squeeze, and it absolutely worked, unfortunately, for the NKU.
Yeah, I mean, NKU now trails 11-7, giving up 6 runs this inning. Again, last time in the ninth you gave up 5. You're giving up 6 right now. Just not looking great for the Norse at all, especially coming into a big game against Tennessee. Bullpen's looking like this, not a good sign.
Hoping things can settle down, though, because this is far from over, as another bunt is placed down by the leadoff hitter, Trent Rice, but foul. Count goes to 0-1. There's 2 outs.
Has Oakland, they've batted around.
This is officially batting around.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, hold up.
Trent Rice led off the inning with a double, and a double here would make this a 5-run ball game.
Yeah, I mean, NKU, luckily they have 2 innings to try and get back this lead, but just not great baseball being played right now.
That's taken high and away. 1-1. Need Parnell to get out of this inning. But the question will be then who comes in the 9th.
Yeah,
because you have used so many pitchers already.
Exactly. I mean, you have to go back in an arm because you don't think that Massey or Fry is.
Oh! As that hits Trent Rice in the head. And I'm telling you, man, these guys, first off, getting hit is going to piss you off no matter what. But these guys are just different. They want to swing the bat.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And like you were talking about before, who do you go to? I mean, you assume you don't go to Massey or Fry because they pitch back-to-back days. Logan Wilson's been used. Johnson's been used. We'll be curious to see who else the Norse can look at in the pen to go through.
Taylor Tomlin now. Was that his first pitch? Strike to him. He currently sits at 1 for 4 today. His hit was earlier in this inning. Again, it's an 11-7 ball game. Oakland adding 6 with 2 runners still out there.
I mean, looking at NKU's bullpen as
that's fouled off. Count now goes 0-2.
He's sometimes a Tuesday starter, but Bobby Bartlett may be getting a nod from the pen. Again, he typically starts on Tuesdays, though, so I don't know if they would want to save him against Tennessee.
He also pitched either yesterday or Friday.
Yeah, and then you have Noah Sackenheim. Would not be shocked if maybe he gets a call.
Well, 0-2 count. Parnell looks over as that ball is hit and going to be to the second baseman for the final out. But unfortunately, damage has been done. A 6 spot dropped by Oakland in the top of the 8th. We now sit at 11 Oakland, 7 Norse. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the 8th. We will have a tough situation to battle back from. But if anyone can do it, it is these Norse. So join us as we will be right back after this break. Leading off for the Norse here in the bottom of the eighth in 11-7 ball game is number 10, Marcus Harrison, getting the start today because Logan Davenport. Take strike one.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the offense coming back from that, I mean, you have to score runs here. If you ideally like two, maybe 3 runs here, just bring it into a closer, more manageable ball game.
That ball's fouled off and count quickly goes to 0-2. Fonstock has pitched close to 2 innings and not giving up a run yet. Hoping the Norse can make some contact here with the heart of the lineup of Zed's ball.
I mean, 1-2 count here. You have Harrison, Miranda, and Williams, yeah.
Thank you.
And you have those guys coming up. Really, the guys you want to see.
Zed's ball. So count goes 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, if you're NKU, though, you have to be just focusing. Every at-bat at this point is the most important at-bat of the game.
Harrison settles in. And the pitch. Ooh. Oakland thought that was strike 3.
So the pitcher, he was celebrating like it was actually for a split second there until he realized it was now a full count, 3-2.
I'm gonna say I thought it was strike 3 off of his reaction. As Jameson says, 3-2 count. Fonstock looking for a strikeout. That ball is hit into the right center and past the diving center fielder. It's going to go to the wall.
Dizzy's waving him towards third, and he will safe at third base, sliding in.
Didn't have to slide, but you know what? Hey,
makes it
done.
more fun. So now runner on third with the leadoff triple for Gabe Miranda, who, again, he hit a double last time up. Still not his best outing. Would love to see him get some revenge right here.
The first baseman, number 26, Gabe Miranda.
I get the excitement. Especially of hitting a triple. But can I just say, when you're down 4, maybe the celebration can be put on hold just a little bit.
Well,
Let's get back into it.
Well, here's the thing. I get what you're saying. But at the end of the day, when it comes to all this stuff, you have to keep the emotions high. You have to keep getting excited. You don't want to let – because that's taken for interesting strike 1 call. Miranda's not happy about it. But I think you kind of have to keep the vibes up, keep getting excited, keep getting into it.
And not happy is an understatement. He kind of tactically tapped the top of his head as if it was minor league baseball. He was able to get that reviewed. Count moves to 1-1 as that ball misses far left.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I don't think you're ever going to see a review system in college baseball just based on logistics for a whole lot of baseball teams. It's not like MLB where you have a lot more money behind it.
Ball goes outside. Count now 2-1.
I mean, you have to think here, too, as the pitcher. You really do not want to give Miranda a good pitch right now. You want to pitch around him, see if you can maybe make him chase something.
Fonstock now looking to come home plate. That's fouled off. Count goes 2-2.
On to Regents Hall.
Oakland currently in a shift. Second baseman playing in the outfield. Shortstop playing about 5 feet just left of second base, also in the outfield. So they're playing Miranda to hit the ball hard somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to do with this guy. Again, looking at his last
fouled off.
I mean, that ball was absolutely crushed into center field.
Oh, they could definitely use the ball get crushed over the wall today.
Oh, yeah.
Trailing by 4. But any way to get this run in, just to keep the momentum going, get it back on NKU side would be very clutch right here. Count sits at 2-2.
I mean, for sure, you just need to hit it.
As that ball is hit by the perfectly shifted second baseman, but the run will get in due to how far back he was playing. So with 1 out, the score now goes Oakland 11, Norse 8.
Yeah, I mean, you score that first run. Now you just need 3 more, but I think that you have to take it one at bat at a time.
And I think that's the best way to describe it. One bat at a time. Take a little bit here, take a little bit there, as Oakland goes into another giant shift that they normally play on Josh Williams. 3 defenders to the right, 2 of them playing in the outfield. First pitch strike. Third baseman playing about a third of the way off the bag. Fonstock looking to settle back in. Takes that pitch low. Count goes 1-1.
Yeah, and we have something interesting happening actually on the on-deck circle. Number 19, Isaiah Mesger, yet to have an at-bat in his career. He's a sophomore. Is currently in the on-deck circle for his first ever AB.
That is a very interesting situation to watch. Maybe he's shown.
Oh, that's number 18.
Something.
My bad.
Oh,
Was that
okay.
18 or 19? 18. I can read. Never mind. That's Sam Bond. My apologies. Thought something funny was about to happen, but
it happens. As Fonstock sets the delivery. And gets that strike call. Count goes 2-2. Williams making the pitcher work. Got to get the bat off the shoulder here, though. As big shift in the third baseman is now playing basically where the shortstop would be. That ball is hit over to left center. Going back is the center fielder, calling off the left fielder, and will come up with it. 2 away.
yeah, I mean, good piece of hitting right there. Just not able to get it far enough or hit hard enough to be able to be a base hit. However, Sam Bond, who offensively may be the player of the game for the Norse. I mean, he's just been getting on base in any way that he can right now.
Yes, currently sitting at 2 for 3, including a hit by pitch, so has reached base 3 times today. Sam Bond looking to do that again as the NKU tries to extend it. Hits sharply directly to the shortstop, and he will throw the runner out at first. So we will now go to the top of 9 with Oakland leading by 3. Stick with us as Norse Baseball is brought to you by the Northerner. Possibly just 1 inning to go here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex at Friendship Field as we get set to begin the 9th in a 11-8 ball game as Oakland leads. Let's take one last look at scores from around the Horizon League. Jameson?
Yes, look at the Horizon League. We had an offensive explosion at Youngstown as Youngstown scores 10 in the 6th to go up 14-6 against Purdue Fort Wayne. And then Wright State, to the shocker of everybody, is up 10-0, bottom of the 7th, looking to run rule Milwaukee.
After gaining that 1 game back, it would hurt to slip up and lose 2 after having 2 positive outlooks for both games this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. NKU, it's been 2 innings out of, what is that, 27, that have cost them these games now.
Parnell settles in. That ball is ripped hard down and past the diving third baseman.
Yeah, that's going to be a stand-up double. And he's able to get it in to prevent the triple, but a stand-up double for
Matthew McGon. Again, tough part of the lineup for Parnell to face.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious to see how long Parnell will be in here, if we even have anybody else that we can stick in potentially.
Now Brendan Nye comes up to bat. Silence has kind of gone over the crowd after being up quite a bit. 11-8 ball game. Looks to put the sack bunt down. Parnell has to make a play.
Gets him at first.
And he does.
That's out number 1.
Beautiful bunt there by Brandon Nye. Kind of weird to see your 4-hitter put down a bunt.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Nye, who we've seen twice this series. He can hit absolute bombs out there. I mean,
but in a game like this, 3-run lead, nothing safe. If you can get that runner 90 feet closer, you do it.
Exactly. I would not be surprised to see another potential sack bunt here. Even actually, never mind. The infield is playing in very tight for
extremely
to
tight.
prevent that.
Parnell throws ball 1, low and away. Currently at bat right now is John Lunger, sitting at 0 for 3, but last time up was one of those players who got hit by a pitch.
Yes, I mean, he's coming in. He's mad. He's out there crouching in his batting stance. Who knows what's going to happen this at bat?
As that ball is hit over the pitcher's head, and a normal playing defense maybe gets it, but with them in, it will get the run in, and a runner will go to first, as it is now 12-8.
The third baseman, number 35, Carter Hayes.
Now stepping up is Carter Hayne. 1 for 3 for today, but last time up did work a walk. Parnell now just trying to get a similar play. That there maybe turns a double play with normal defense. As the runner is going, it was a hit and run. Hayne fouls it off. Count goes to 0-1.
Looks like he may have fouled it off himself, taking a bit of a breather before getting back into the box.
Yeah, definitely think he hit himself. Gets a sign from the coach. Steps back in. Gotta think he'll probably be off and running again, so you're looking for another hit and run. Parnell looking to get that double play. And the pitch, no runner this time, as that strike 2 taken on the outside corner. Count goes to 0-2. Nice pitch there by Parnell.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, again, not a bad pitch. I mean, you're up to 0-2 on this guy. The runner's probably going to be taking off again.
And he's not on this one, and a hit by pitch. The Oakland dugout letting Parnell hear it.
Yeah,
Pollock now comes out to maybe give someone a little time to warm up. Unfortunately, we can't see if anybody's down there warming up. But Dizzy's also on the way out to the mound. So safe to assume there will be a pitching change. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with you after. back here at Friendship Field with a 12-8 ball game, visiting Oakland on top, looking to take the season series 4-2. But we got a pitching change for the Norse. Jameson, who was in?
Yeah, so coming in is number 31, Noah Sackenheim, the 6-foot right-handed pitcher coming in. 8.41 ERA on the season. He's coming off a good outing against Ohio. 1 inning pitched, no runs, no hits, with 2 strikeouts. Would love to see one of those strikeouts right now as he gets started with an 0-1 count immediately.
Nice breaking ball right there to throw the hitter off. You don't see that too often, first pitch breaking ball.
No, absolutely not. You typically want to get him started with the fastball, but working in reverse possibly here with a breaking ball.
Speaking of breaking ball, that one gets a little bit loose over the batter's head, who is number 25, Aiden Shuck. He is 0 for 4 today.
I mean, this is the first time that he's playing this series. However, last series, as gets set.
Ooh. Did I hit him or hit the bat?
They're saying double play?
Okay. Okay, that one looked questionable. He definitely swung there.
Yes, you did. Oh, that's right. You never pay attention.
Fans now letting the umpires hear it. There is no way they're not calling a swing on that one.
Yeah, that is. Dizzy's not going to challenge it, I guess. Interesting.
I'm waiting to see. I think you only get one challenge, and he used his, right? Or do you get 2?
You guys are horrible.
Anyways,
The fans are not being friendly to these umpires, and I've got to agree.
as that's a
now the wheels have
bloop
fallen off
single.
as they're hitting the left field. 1 run will score. Ball gets in quickly enough not to give up a second. Sorry about that. We kind of let the emotions of everything going around us get the hang of us. It is now a 13-8 ball game, and we'll reset everything. Bases loaded. 1 out for Oakland as number 1, Sam Griffith, steps up to the plate.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully I get this in this time. But last time against Oakland, 1 1/3 inning pitch, 3 hits, 2 runs, and 1 double given up. No strikeouts against Oakland.
Need a double play ball right here as that is ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be pitching low, try and go low into the zone to get that double play ball. Going to be curious to see if the allows strikes to be called down there.
I'll tell you what he's not going to do. Apparently he's not going to call a swing when he gets hit by a pitch. Settles in as a squared around bunt, and it's a good bunt. Going to be deep enough to get the run in. Small ball at its finest. Runners go all around the base, out at first, so we'll move to 2 outs. Men on second and third, and the top of the lineup, Trent Rice coming up.
Yeah, I mean, just brilliant bunt right there, right up the first baseline. Made it so they couldn't make a play anywhere besides at first.
Trent Rice coming up. Takes first pitch strike.
There we go.
have a 14-8 ball game right now as Oakland has just busted it open, scoring 9 in the last 2 innings. Set, delivers, ball in the outside corner.
I mean, moves the count to 1-1.
Norse need to get this out. There's 2 runners out there, 1 on second, 1 on third. If those runs were to score, the ball is fouled up, and third baseman going over, but out of play. Count moves to 1-2. 2 outs. Need a third strike right here. Need a ground ball. Need something to get out of this inning.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't care how he does it, just get it out.
Settles in. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Way outside.
Yeah, trying to get him to chase, but just a bit outside, not able to be chased.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Men on second and third. Oakland leads 14-8. And the delivery goes down and gets that one. That looked like ball 3 to me, but staying alive is Trent Rice.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you don't want to strike out. You're going to battle no matter what. Again, swinging at a pitch that probably would have been ball 3, but still able to keep on fighting, stay alive another pitch.
Again, North trying to get out of this. That ball's ripped and going to fall in there. Both runners are going to come around and score, and this has now become a 16-8 ball game.
Yeah, I mean, once again, unless we get an inning like Youngstown where we score 10 in one inning, not looking the best for Northern at this point in time.
Now stepping up to the plate is number 5, Taylor Tomlin. This is definitely one of those situations, though. I wish we could go back and look and see if he was hit by a pitch, if he wasn't, because it has absolutely changed the game in the reflection, as we have now watched Oakland put up 11 runs in the last 2 innings. 16-8 ball game. As the ball is hit just to the left of the third baseman to make a play, and he will. So the Norse are going to come to the bat in the bottom of the 9th, trailing by 8, and going to need a magical 9 runs in an inning. But it has been done before. Can they do it again? Make sure you stay with us, as Norse Baseball is brought to you by the Northerner. And we're back here at Bill Aker Baseball Complex at Friendship Field, as the Norse now trail by 8 in a 16-8 ball game. Stepping up for the Norse, though, is Jake Pollock, and he will be followed by Nolan Sparks and Jake Altman if NKU has any chance to rally. First pitch taken for a strike on the inside corner by Fonstock.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing here is you don't want to play hero ball. You don't want to just swing for the fences every time. Still take your at-bat normally. Try and work walks or get on base any way possible is the best that they can do right now.
As that is a ball 1 in the dirt. I think that is said absolutely perfectly. This is a team that kind of loves hitting the long ball and can hit the long ball, but just find ways to get on base. Make Oakland make some plays and see what can happen. As the count sits at 1-1. Fonstock delivers. Breaking ball way outside.
Yeah, I mean, I love home runs as much as the next person, but right now a solo shot really not doing the most for you.
Pollock steps back into the box with a 2-1 count. Deep breath. That ball is ripped deep, far. And you know what? The solo shot may not do much for you, but it's going to do something there. That ball was crushed into the Valhalla, and it is gone. Norse now cut the lead, 16-9.
Yeah, I mean, he just got a hold of his pitch, absolutely bombed it down that left center wall. And hey, take it. I mean, 1 run at a time, 7 more.
Now stepping up is Nolan Sparks, who has a homer earlier in the game as well. So let's see if he can do it again. You know, let's just prove us wrong. Let's hit 9 bombs.
Yeah, 9 bombs in a row. Let's take it. Let's break our record right quick.
Feinstock delivers.
Inside.
Ball inside.
Go, let's work it.
Sparks currently sitting with a 1-3 night, including a hit by pitch, and as I mentioned earlier, also a bomb to deep center as he takes ball too high.
This inning, here we go.
Fans kind of getting back into it. That homer might have brought a little bit of life into the fan base. A few more runs and this place will be jumping. Feinstock comes home. That ball's hit, dead center. Going back as the center fielder, and we'll be able to make the play. 1 down.
Yeah, I mean, good contact right there. Just hit it to a very, very deep part of the field. Not able to get it over. About 365.
And it looks like there will be a pitching change for Oakland as they are going to be facing, it looks like we won't know who the hitter is yet, as it doesn't look like it's being announced. But a pitching change will be certainly happening, so we'll take a quick break and let you know who is taking over on the mound for Oakland after this. So we're still sitting here in the bottom of 9. NKU was able to get 1 on the board off a Jake Pollock bomb. However, Oakland is making a pitching change. Jameson, who we got throwing?
Yeah, so coming back, or not coming back, but like coming into the game, number 44, Jackson Easterlin. Again, big guy, 6'5" coming into the game. And if you guys remember back yesterday's game, actually, I believe, he came in, pitched 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run. Really, I mean, he worked quick, very, very effective again, besides that 1 run given up. We'll be curious to see what he's able to do here against the Norse.
The Norse are still trailing by 7. No runners on, 1 out. With should be Jake Altman stepping to the plate. And on deck is Brennan Rowe before moving back to the top of the lineup. If the 2 of them can get on, damage can be done, and the Norse will be still fighting in this one.
Yeah, I mean, we already have 1 home run hit this inning. Would love to see about 7 more of those before it's all said and done.
Again, it does look like Jake Altman is going to step up to the plate. He is 1 for 3 today with a double and a walk, which makes him 3 for 7 on the weekend with an RBI as well. Gonna need some here. Find a way on base. Keep the momentum going after that home run shot. Looks like we're about to be underway as Easterlin is done warming up. Dizzy makes his way back out to third base. Was talking to the team a little bit, trying to keep them motivated, keeping their head up. These are 2 that either could make or break a season, depending how your team is.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, after this game, we're probably going to be about tied with Milwaukee for 2nd place in the Horizon. Would love to see us take that 2nd spot at the bare minimum.
As that ball is hit the center fielder coming in and lined out. That will be 2 down.
Yeah, because I'm not mistaken, come Horizon tournament time, the first 2 seeds do get that first round bye, which is massive in a double elimination tournament.
Next up will be Brennan Rowe, and magic is going to be needed. He is 1 for 4 today. 2 ground outs, a fly out the right, and a double. Easterlin working quickly again from the stretch. First pitch strike. On deck is the leadoff hitter, Tyler Shaneyfelt. Easterland set to deliver. Ball on the outside, 1-1. Again, if you're just joining us, it is a 16-9 ball game. There's currently 2 outs in the top of the 9th. NKU attempting for a miracle rally.
Yeah, and I mean,
that ball's hit hard. Past the diving second baseman in the gap. And that will get the runner on. Top of the lineup coming up. Never know.
I mean, in comes Shaneyfeld. If you want a miracle to happen, you need these guys to do good with Harrison on the on-deck circle.
He is currently sitting at 0 for 2 today, but has been able to reach the base 3 times, 2 with the walks and a hit by pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
Just like BP, you gotta wait on it.
a big thing that you have to kind of be looking for if you are NKU
Takes ball 1.
is shoot, lost my train of thought. Pardon that.
All right, you're good. Easterland working 1-0 count right now as Shaneyfeld stands in, just looking to find a way on base so he can get number 10 Marcus Harrison up to bat. The delivery as the runner is off, and they're going to let that go because he does not mean anything.
No, not at all.
So runner now on second, 2 outs. We got a 1-1 count. Shaneyfeld needing a base knock here. Keeps the bat on his shoulder, watches pitch for strike 2.
But I mean, looking at this series, it's now become 3 innings now that cost them everything. I mean, last game was the 9th. This game was the 8th and the 9th. Just
Shaneyfeld hits one, lined into center field. That should be deep enough and good enough to get the run in. So it is now a 16-10 ball game.
yes, Marcus Harrison comes up to bat. Runner on first now with Shaneyfeld again. He's probably just going to go ahead and walk over to second on this first pitch. They're just going to probably light him by the looks of it.
Yeah, not even holding them on, so Shaneyfeld's going to be able to get a big lead. Now he's coming over. All right. Now they're not going to give this one up as easy.
Yeah, as now the wind is starting to come down, as you guys can probably tell.
Easterland works. Ball's hit past the third baseman. Runners will not advance any further than their base in front of them. So runner on first, runner on second as Gabe Miranda steps to the plate.
Yeah, I mean, just a good piece of hitting right there. Was able to get it past the third baseman into the gap in left field. And now you bring up Miranda.
Miranda is currently 1 for 4 on the day, 2 for 10 on the series. Looking to find another base knock as Easterland gets to work, and it looks like Oakland will get someone potentially warming up just in case maybe Miranda does something and Josh Williams sits on deck. The shift is on as the shortstop holds on Shaneyfeld at second. Pitch by, strike.
I mean, you put up 2
Counts
this
1-1.
You put up 2 this inning. Got to at least try and put up, 6 more probably to get to the 10th.
As he swings and misses on strike 2. Again, as I mentioned, Gabe Miranda has stricken out every single time facing Oakland in a game at least once. And in the last series, he had 7. This series, he has 3. Just looking to make contact here as he takes ball 2.
Yeah, I mean, good eye right there. I mean, it's a 2-1?
2-2.
2-2. My apologies. I mean, 2-2 count. You have to be cautious of that strike 3 looking, but also you don't want to swing at something stupid. As that's now a 3-2 count for Miranda.
Count is full. Runners will be off. So a gap hit anywhere definitely could score Shaneyfeld from second, and then possibly also Harrison from first, which would then make this a 16-12 ball game as he fouls off to stay alive. Also wouldn't put it past Miranda to put one over the fence. He's done it many times already this year. First currently in Horizon League in RBIs, second in average, third in OPS. Steps back into the batter's box. Count still full. Runners off, and he strikes him out swinging. And that will do it. Oakland comes back for another victory, 16-10, after dropping 11 in the 8th and the 9th. We're going to take a quick break and then come back and talk about the outcome of this game and give our final thoughts before we look ahead to Tennessee on Tuesday. We'll be right back. And we're back to wrap up a disappointing series, unfortunately, for our Norse as they take a 16-10 loss. We're going to just kind of discuss about what went down. Jameson, what are your thoughts on the final outcome?
I mean, it happens. Baseball is one of those sports where one inning can change everything. That's what happened these past two games. Really, NKU played phenomenal baseball for out of 27 innings of this series for about 26 or 25 of those innings. Brilliant baseball, but 3 of them got away from them, and now you lose a series 2-1, and that's a series that NKU kind of needed to win. You have the momentum going, and all of a sudden you just have a pause on your momentum, just not great.
Yeah, you speak of losing this series. It is only the second series victory for Oakland, and those 2 series versus our NKU Norse. Something about this team, they just have our answer this year. They have the answer this year for NKU. Again, to go over the totals, it was Oakland with 16 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Meanwhile, NKU, 10 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors. Feinstock gets the win. Johnson gets a loss despite 2 great innings of work. Just couldn't get the 3rd one done. And it would be wrong not to mention that, again, NKU left 11 on base this game compared to Oakland's 4. 28 left on the series, 56 in this season versus Oakland.
Yeah.
Those you cannot have happen.
No, absolutely not. I mean, when you're looking at this game, if you can point to one stat, say that's why we lost, that's it in a way. I mean, NKU, they're known for scoring 10, 15 runs a game. I mean, this game you score 10, but still just not able to get it done. You said 11 on today?
11 on today.
Yeah, I mean, and also that's not just 11, like a guy was on first. Like, you had second, you had bases loaded, just nothing could come out of it multiple times.
So unfortunately, as we mentioned, it was a series loss for the Norse, but not quite so down. They can kind of right the ship, gain some confidence as they head down to Knoxville on Tuesday. Myself and Jameson will be there in person as long as nothing gets changed tomorrow morning, which if that email comes in, boy, oh boy, will we be disappointed. Make sure you check out my Twitter page. It is jnorth1989. I will keep you updated on what is occurring, if we'll be down there, where you can find us. But I can tell you right now where you can find us. It is right here, thanks to the Northerner, who I have to thank one more time for this possibility. So, Jameson, any last thoughts?
No, I mean, there's still plenty of season left to be played. Really, with the NCAA, all that matters is that postseason. I mean, Horizon League tournament's on the way. Just finish out the season strong.
As we're watching kids play ahead of us and Dizzy kind of starts teaching maybe future young Norse part of this last little get-together experience where the players at 12 or kids 12 years and younger get to go on the field, learn from the coaches, learn from the players, which I know has to be tough after a loss. But anytime you can put a smile on a kid's face, it is always a good day. So again, looking up at the scoreboard, it is Oakland 16, North 10 in the series finale. We will see you on Tuesday, 6 p.m. from Knoxville. And as always, Norse up, everyone.